Are we live? I think we might be live. I think we might be here. Hello? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I here? Okay, I'm here. I'm here. How's it going, guys? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? There are people actually waiting, which is sick. I've never had that before. I've always started streams with 0 people watching, and there are already people in the chat, which is awesome. So thank you. I wanted to rush on, so because I saw you guys were waiting, so I wanted to rush on. Sasha's not here yet. She will be here in a few minutes, but I was like, I ain't gonna miss talking to you guys. So get your chats in. Let's say what's up. What an episode. Am I right? I mean, just absolutely. That was such a crazy episode. We will get more in depth. We're going to do a full spoiler review. We're going to do theories. We're going to do all of that. I'm going to let the chat build up and let some more people come in. I want you guys to say what's up down below. And like I said, Sasha will be in here momentarily. Get my tweet out real quick. All righty. All right, so I'm going to start answering some of the questions in the chat. Sasha just messaged me. She said she's going to be on ASAP, so we are chilling. We are all good. Jaron, my guy. Great. Scott, can't wait to hear your thoughts on episode 4. For me, it didn't blow my mind. Still thought it was great. Proved how strong the storytelling is here. Yes, I was just chatting with one of my co-workers, Mr. Tom Downey, who runs the Cowboys Report at Chat Sports. Y'all, if you like the Cowboys, go subscribe. I think they got a live show tomorrow, so go subscribe if you have not already. But one of the things I was talking about with him was this series of the 3 so far, by far the strongest writing of any of the series of the MCU so far. And this episode is a testament to that. Absolutely fantastic. Alex, hello, gang. How are you? I think this episode was so nuts. It's insane that I think it could connect to Spider-Man No Way Home and possibly Ant-Man Quantumanium and Multiverse of Madness, of course. Well, yes, I think it's going to connect to all 3 because this is going to start the multiverse. I think especially after this episode, this is going to start the multiverse. I don't think that there's any doubt about that. My theory about it being in the quantum realm, I still believe. So yes, that would connect to Quantumania. And I do think after the reveal in this episode, I think Kang being the person that's running this is a little stronger now. And then Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, I think it's going to connect all 3 because the 2 of them for just the fact that it's going to start the multiverse, and then Ant-Man Quantumania because 1, I still think the TVA is in the quantum realm, and 2, Kang. I think he's running the TVA, but we'll get into more of that in theories. But thank you for coming in. Marvel Student Well had to get that in at the start. Hey guys, pumped for the stream. We're here. Like those 3, you guys rock because this is weird for me because I've never started to stream with people waiting. First off, and second off, I've never had comments waiting for me. Every time I've done a stream, I have had to sit here for like 15 minutes with no viewers and just be like talking to myself. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? What's up? So thank you all for coming in and checking it out early. Colin, yo, what's up, my guy? We got some fun stuff coming, guys. We got some fun stuff. We've been in the DMs talking. We got some fun stuff with both Colin and Rex from That's So Hollywood, which y'all should go check out the podcast if you have not already. But we have some really, really fun stuff coming up. Pretty much every episode of Step 3 has been really good. I love the twists and turns of this one. See, I love episode 3. I do. I personally really liked it. I love the character development. I love the storytelling and the writing. I really enjoyed that, but I can understand why people didn't. But yes, it's been great. And oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, she's here. She's here.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're good. I saw people waiting and chatting, and I'm like, okay,
I know.
Might as well just get them in here. So
that is so cool.
So I had the moment like you had, I think like last week or the week before, where you were like, there are people waiting for me. I've never had people waiting for me. I'm like, I've never had people waiting for me. I always like sit here for 10 minutes talking to myself before people get in. So
yeah, it's really weird to like, I mean, like for everyone watching, like it's awesome like to see people comment and stuff because obviously like, you know, that's attached to a real person, but then for it to be like people waiting for you in real time, like, and then they like are still there. That's wild. It's a wild experience.
I know, because I was like, there's like 6 people waiting, and I came in and they are still here, which is sick.
That's awesome.
Thank you guys for coming. So we've already talked to Jaren, which I see another one. Alex, Marvel Studio Woe is in here, and we're talking to Colin right now, which is great. And Aiden, hello there. What's up, Aiden? How you doing?
Hello, Aiden. Aiden, I swear this time we won't have to get in an argument about schools or episode opinions or anything this week.
Aiden, I hope you liked the episode. That's all I'm going to say. If not, we're going to be throwing some hands. So there we go with that. I love that Wizard of Oz inspiration at the twist at the end before the credits. If you know, you know. Sasha.
Guys, listen, I'm not one to brag, but like, let me toot my own horn, like beep, beep. Like, I'm really excited about this because if you guys watch my trailer reactions for all the Marvel stuff lately, I've said something pretty stupid to extremely stupid each time. Just like in Venom, I was like, oh, Doctor Strange went, like, you idiot. No, like, that's not what it was. So for me to be right on this one, like, I'm really stoked.
She is right. Yes, she was right. So full disclosure. So I woke up this morning, and as you guys know, I don't watch it until I go home from work now because work, job, priorities. But I saw on Twitter, everyone's like, oh, I don't. So I'm like, okay, well, I know what's going to happen if I don't watch the ending right now. I'm going to get spoiled on Twitter later because of the tweeters and the talkers, as I say every week. So I watched the ending. I watched the post-credit scene. And the first thing I did when I saw what happened was DM Sasha in all caps and said, you were right. So, and she can confirm that. She had.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. It definitely sent me for a loop because I was like, what is he talking about at first? And then he hadn't replied to like my last like message. So I thought you were referencing like the all work or all play and no work or something like about you and the chat sport guys.
Yeah, I'm taking shots.
So, and then I was like, no, because I'm really bad with context sometimes. So I had to be like, no, this has to be about Loki. And then like watching the episode, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about because that didn't happen. And then sure enough, the end, like I was like, oh, I feel so good. It's such a good Wednesday.
Good.
So yeah.
Shots. I'm gonna pull back the curtain there. That was definitely a water shot. So, but Mitch, that was not a water shot for Mitch. I will say that. Which, if you all missed that, I did a live show yesterday and I took a shot because we got a $50 super chat. That's what we do at work. New mic, audio sounding good. You damn right, brother. Audio Technica AT 2020, the mic I've wanted to get for years. It was the first big purchase I made after I got my job, and now I may never financially recover. No, I'm joking. But yeah, this was the last thing in my setup that I needed was good audio. Once I figured out how to make my camera, my actual camera, the webcam, which when that happened, I almost cried because it was a revelation. I just needed good audio, and now here we are, good audio. So thank you, Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ. Legendary Stash Jack, that's what you are. Keep thriving. Jaren, you are just a blossom of positivity all the time. He really
is.
That's just what he does. He's just a blossom of positivity. Just the man. Ricardo, hello. How was the week? Well, it's only Wednesday, but so far it's going well. Sasha, how so far?
Oh, sorry. My week's been going pretty good. If you're a 30 Rock fan, Lemon, It's Wednesday is like my favorite reference because she's like, wow, what a week to Alec Baldwin's character. And he's like, Lemon, it's Wednesday. Hold on, I'm going to put my hair up because I look like that little girl from Despicable Me and I'm not vibing with it. But my week has been really good so far. Great. Really good.
That's what we love to hear. This episode was easily a 15 out of 10. I've loved every episode so far. I was saying this when we were just chatting with Colin a few minutes ago. I really liked episode 3 as well. I'm probably the only one. But it's good. But we'll get more into it in our full spoiler review.
Yeah, I think episode 3, I both can admit to myself that I disliked it more initially than I wanted to last week. Like last week I was like, no, like I liked it. Like I really wanted to like sell myself on it. This week now though, I see it as like a necessary stepping stone for this episode. Still don't feel like it was filler, especially because I don't think the opening of this episode would have worked as well or been as emotionally impactful if there wasn't like last week, which we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, I definitely loved this episode significantly more than last week.
Yep. Loved your Black Widow review. Thank you. Early screenings, not always for everyone since it's rare to get. Sasha, your comment. He got a screener, ladies and gents. Yeah.
Because we talk about it. We talk about it a lot of times of like, oh, dang it, or yes, no, like waiting for the day. And like, I just saw the review and I was like, my guy, he's got one.
Yeah. Because the way it works for Disney, at least, is you request them and then you don't know until it comes. So that was cool. That one, I got gushy at the end of the review, which is unprofessional, but whatever. Yeah, it's insane. I 2 years ago I started 2018, 2019, 2020. Okay, it's like 3 years ago I started doing movie reviews, and if you would have told me then that now I get to see the next one a week and a half early before anyone else and I get to review it, I would have said you're effing lying. So yeah, I mean it's cool. So thank you. That's what I'm going to plug tonight. Go watch my review if you haven't already.
It's a good review, guys.
I feel like this one I felt like actually I did like pretty good. Like there are some reviews where I'm like, yeah, I didn't really articulate it that well. But this one I felt like I articulated pretty well. And I actually kind of sound like a critic. So yeah, go watch.
You also, I don't know how you do, and everyone else that gets screeners does such a good job of like talking intelligently about the film and the plot without giving absolutely anything away, because like this was the first time because you got one, so obviously I wanted to watch the review, and Jaren got one, but usually I'll just kind of like go in and like y'all's videos until I can like go actually see the movie, get that engagement up, but like, you know, don't spoil anything for myself. But like you guys did such a good job, and like I would just have blabbed something. Like obviously you have the benefit of editing yourself, but like mine would just be like redacted.
But I think this is the thing that people don't understand about me. I don't edit my clips. I rarely do jump cuts. If you like really watch one of my reviews, I just go. I just riffed. I just vibe. So it's like I always see people doing jump cuts, which is a very valid way of doing reviews, by the way, because it's not easy to articulate what you want to say in one shot. So I'm not like saying that anyone is inferior, because they're not. But for me, it's just like I write down my points and I'm like, I'm just going to try to articulate this as best I can. I don't care how long it goes. Sometimes I'll try to stretch it out. If it's like 3 minutes, I'm like, I kind of want that to be 8 or 9 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I think really what it comes down to is just like talking very technical.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. Because in the end, when you're doing a review, especially early, you are just talking technical.
Yeah.
You know, you are just saying, hey, you guys should watch this because the cinematography is fantastic. I think the writing is really good. And you just really, I mean, I've been doing reviews for about 2.5 years. Hardcore. I did my first review about 3 years ago, but hardcore for about 2.5 years. And for me, it's just like you learn as you go, basically. Which this weekend, 4th of July, I am making a video for my 7-year anniversary. How to be a film critic on YouTube or something like that. I don't know, something like that. This is the other comment about 15 out of 10. Mouth on the floor the entire time. Yeah.
It was just such an enjoyable watch, I think. Like my like Jack, you talked about for like Fast 9, which I'm sure we'll get into later because I saw it over the weekend. You talked about like shutting your brain off a little bit, and this one, it wasn't like it just wasn't even like a conscious choice for this episode. My brain was just like, okay, like we're like pay attention, like, but I wasn't thinking ahead of like what was going to happen. I was just fully invested in like each scene as it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't looking at it. Yeah. Oh shoot, another legend, Sasha. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Jaren. Hope the same for you. Enjoy your birthday week. I hope you're enjoying your birthday week.
By the way, I didn't hit you up. Happy birthday, man. 18. You're an adult now. Jeez, welcome.
Welcome to the club. Oh, to quote Friends, Jaren, because you'll love this. Welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it. That's like my favorite thing from the first episode.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Friends, but that quote, even if you haven't seen Friends, reigns true. All right, Sasha, see you tomorrow. Yeah, Sasha.
I will see you tomorrow, Colin.
You've got multiple plans tomorrow, actually.
I do. I have to say
tomorrow.
Major thank you to everyone. This past week, everyone has been keeping me busy. I have, for anyone that's missed it, obviously we do these every week, but I was on You and Review's channel doing my favorite movie, which Jack has done before, so go watch both of ours. Jack took my favorite movie and Jack's favorite movie the same, so I had to go with it. I know. I was like, well, Jack took mine. No, I'm kidding. I had to take my other favorite Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone movie, which if you guys don't know what it is, you need to go watch the video. And then I've got a couple other things people's channels I'm going to be on, including this channel potentially for something else. We'll have to
She's
see.
coming back to movie drafts. Stop the phone.
You heard it here first, folks.
Are we about to have a all-star match maybe with all the winners? Let's not. Is Chris from Filmstock making his return? Ooh.
Better hit that subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss it.
Better subscribe because this next episode's getting spicy. Well, actually, no, there is an episode. Actually, we have a draft coming out tomorrow. Guys, there's a draft coming out tomorrow. Episode 10, we hit double digits. I can't believe it. I didn't think it would happen. There was like a week and a half period where I was like, we're never going to get to 10. But yeah, sick. Okay. All right. Yeah, Sasha, busy gal. That's what happens when you're freaking dope. While I knew they were fake, I was surprised they were robots. We'll save this for the review. I think we'll save that for the review because I want Sasha to really have her moment to shine. I'm gonna give her full screen. She's gonna take her bow. That's going to happen. Stu to woe. I already did my woe, so you missed it. I love the episode. Yeah, it was so good. I really loved the scene between Renslayer and Mobius. I thought it was fine. I
liked that scene. I think it showed different sides of each of them as characters. So I liked that a lot.
Yeah, but I don't really buy it now after what happens to Mobius, because then in that scene she shows no remorse at all. Like you have that really like gushy scene where they're like BFFs, but then like she doesn't give two Fs about what's about to happen. We'll get more into it in the review. But I was like, okay, sure. Can't remember her name, but Mobius's boss, can't remember her name. Renslayer. Didn't see her becoming the villain this episode.
I saw her becoming more of like a unknowing antagonist before she became like, no, she knows exactly what's been going on. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's the woman in charge now. Whereas before I thought she was just like kind of blissful ignorance. Like she would be TVA ride or die till the day she dies, which it seems like she is, but it's just a little bit different and more nefarious than I initially guessed.
Yep. She a bad guy. The cameos in this episode are so insane. So that's our Lady Sif cameo.
That was good. I didn't see that one coming. But I thought it was nice because for once, and obviously like Marvel has built itself around like interconnecting storylines and like in a show about timelines and different characters, like obviously someone's going to show up, but I felt like this was the most unexpected, but then also like it fit perfectly and it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like, is Thor gonna be in Loki? Like, it just kind of happened and it was nice. It was like a nice surprise.
It was a nice low-key one. Like, I can buy that one.
Mm-hmm.
If like Thor, I would have been like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck that. Nah, I'm not here to see Thor.
Because then it would have been the Thor episode.
Loki was still the main character in that episode, like in that scene. Today's been a good day. We had Loki content. Yesterday was the Black Widow premiere, but I think everyone forgot that Willy Wonka 1977 is 50 years old, inspiration of cinema, and you also forgot that we had a live NFL Daily today that I produced. You know, if you subscribe to Chat Sports, you know about that. No, I'm joking, but yeah, Willy Wonka, what a throwback! Literally.
I saw the new 4K at Target today. Looked pretty sick.
Yeah. Can't be buying many Blu-rays right now. Don't want to hurt the wallet too bad. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. That's
another great reference.
That's a nice reference. I like the cameo of Lady
Another
Sif.
Tina Fey reference, too.
Yeah. Loki having a crush on himself. How do we feel about that? I think we'll get more into this in the review. It's really tough. Very tough. Because I like want to ship them, but at the same time, it's like, but they're the same. But I think we'll break this down more in the review. But if you have any like opening thoughts, Sasha.
Yeah, it's almost like, and I feel like this, like if anyone's seen the movie Clueless, the romantic interest of Clueless is none other than Golden Boy Paul Rudd, who is her like stepbrother, but her parents have now been divorced. So they're not legally related, blood related in any way. Some people have the opinion that that's still weird. Some people are like, but it's Paul Rudd. Like they're so perfect for each other. I feel very, yeah. And he doesn't look like he's aged today since that movie. I will say that. But like, I feel like it's kind of a similar situation to that where it's like, it's not like gut turning weird. Like it is far better than all these people on Tumblr back in the day who are Thor Loki shippers. Like y'all need to get your head straight, screw it on properly, read a Bible or whatever book of choice that you would like, but like fix it on there and like get yourself together.
Cleanse yourself.
Exactly. Like y'all need help. No, I'm sorry if any of y'all are here, but I cannot support that. But like, and I get it, they're adopted, whatever. That's still weird. They were raised together. But like this feels like a more emotional version of the Seinfeld episode where Jerry dates the girl that is like him. And all the reasons she likes being around her, he likes being around her is because they remind him of him, where she's like funny and she likes the same sports teams as him. And then like someone points out like she's you. And then he like ends up having to date her because then he sees like the bad sides of himself. But this is like the more emotional version. I guess my short answer is like, I'm glad they addressed it in the way that they did. It made me feel like they weren't just going to tease it. And then like, I don't like when people like do something in a show that could be sort of controversial and then like skate away from it. Whereas like this felt like, okay, they're clearly trying to say like that maybe energy was supposed to be there because Mobius picked up on it and he's mentioning it within the show. So I at least like that it was addressed. I don't think it's something that I would personally be like, yes, I'm rooting for them to get together. Like you said, Jack, like it's definitely not a ship that I've boarded and set sail on.
The ship's definitely there though. It's in the harbor.
It exists for sure. It's just, am I going to buy a ticket and hop on, or am I going to pass on this one?
I don't know. I feel like I'm waiting in line right now to take a ticket. Oh my God, that sounds bad. God, Sylvie is so different than Loki. I don't think that counts. That's kind of my art. That would kind of be my argument, but we'll hit it more in the review. Have you gotten a screener before, Sasha?
I have not. Jack has been my introduction to the screener world. Someday I hope so, but there's also certain stuff that like sometimes like Black Widow, I honestly just forgot to apply for it, and I'm honestly not that mad about it because I'm really excited to see it in theaters for the first time and like get to be in theaters. Like, also, I have this passion for my hometown theater that is, like, unmatched by any other movie theater ever. So, like, to get to go there and see, like, another Marvel movie, I'm excited about that. But but yeah, no, Jack is my introduction to that world. So I'm so excited that he has one, but I haven't yet to do that. Hopefully someday though.
And I'll just clarify for all the people in the back and at home. Everyone, all my friends on YouTube have bigger channels than me. They've got bigger followings. It's not necessarily about that. And I'm not getting my screeners from YouTube. So if that's where you think I'm getting them from and you're like, well, why isn't like Sasha or Chris or any of them getting them? It's not because of YouTube. That's not where I'm getting them. I'm getting them through my writing with Music City Drive-In and those other sites. That's where I'm getting them from. And it's really, surprisingly, Disney being the biggest studio, they're like the only ones I get from right now. I had relationships with other studios when I was back in Arizona, but since I moved, the reps are different. The agencies are different. I'm trying to figure it out. But just so people are like not confused. Yeah, I'm not getting it from my YouTube. I'm getting it through other entities. But Sasha's on the way. She's going to get them soon. Everyone is praising Florence Pugh and David Harbour's performance. A lot of people are also mixed on the movie and says it's a middle, weaker tier. Okay, I'll get my thoughts real quick. Yes, Florence Pugh is the scene stealer. She's absolutely fantastic. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Florence Pugh stan, which I am, but she's fantastic. David Harbour is also really good. I don't know where you've seen mixed reviews. Everyone I've seen that's seen it has given it a very good review. I gave it an 89. Spoiler alert. I really liked it. It's in my top. I haven't done my rank. I'm not going to spoil my ranking, but it's higher than a lot of others. So I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that. I don't think that I don't know where you've seen, like if you've seen it for somewhere else, let me know, but I think everyone will be happy. Hopefully. Don't come at me if I'm wrong. The whole crush on himself is a bit much, although he is narcissistic, and him being called out by movies did help him a bit do a bit of soul searching at the end of the day. They're very different people. Yeah, we're going to cover that more.
Yeah.
I know you guys are talking to each other in the chat, but I just want to hit them. I don't look into early reviews much. I don't want my opinion to be swayed at all. However, I did watch Jack and Jaren's. Well, first off, I appreciate that. And second off, like, this is how I do with reviews, and Sasha, I'll have you chime in as well about how you do it, because I think we do it differently, because you said you don't really watch a lot of reviews. I tend to watch a lot of people's reviews before I go in. But I only watch people I trust, and I still go in with my own opinion. So at the end of the day, being a self-proclaimed critic myself, no one else's opinion is going to sway my opinion. I will still form my own opinion. Everyone hated Fast 9. Hated it. Burn it at the stake. Throw stones at it. It's the worst movie ever. People were giving it a half a star. I gave it an 83. I had a good time with it. So it's like, and I saw those reviews before I went and saw it. So I don't know, Sasha. I don't know if you have any take on that.
Yeah. I'm still honestly like trying to form the way I do it a little bit. For something like Black Widow, where I knew it was a screener that because the embargo lifted on Tuesday, I knew that there weren't going to be able to be spoilers. So that I felt pretty comfortable wading into. And also like, I super trust Jack's opinion 100%, even though we don't always like the same things. Like I still trust it because you look at it with a critical eye, as well as like your like personal taste. And then Jaren, for every movie, if you guys have ever wondered, a movie In the Heights, Cruella, that I haven't made a review on, literally Jaren has echoed like anything that I would have said, and said it better articulated, than I ever could. So like you guys are like my two go-tos. Not that I don't want to support other people, and I do still like go on and like the videos or watch them later. It's just that if I'm going to look at anyone's before I go see a movie, it's y'all two. But yeah, like I've really started like today with the episode. I didn't go on Twitter all day. I tried to stay away from Instagram until I was able to like finish the episode. I think ever since WandaVision, quite honestly, like I go into a lot of stuff with my own personal baggage of like, I really want to like this, or I don't think I'm going to like this. So like, I don't really need other people's opinions making my own like gut instinct to something, like stronger or weaker. Because like if I go see a movie and I genuinely enjoy it, I can be like, oh, I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I did. But if I have other people's voices in my head pointing things out that I haven't noticed yet, then like it's gonna sway my initial opinion of it. So yeah, so I just try to be cautious with, like Jack said, the people whose reviews I do watch prior to going and seeing a movie. And then when it comes to spoilers for Marvel stuff, like I've been thinking about taking like a little bit of time off of like Instagram and Twitter, just because my screen time has been atrocious lately and I get so much more done when I'm not on it, just to like keep spoilers away in part and like just make sure I don't bump into anything on accident, you know?
Yeah. I mean, a great part about my work is I'm never on my phone. So I just am like, oh, yeah, whatever. All right, let's hit some of these quick. We're already half an hour in. I love talking to you guys. Don't get me wrong, but we also want to talk about our review. I'm going to skip some of the ones where you guys are just talking in the chat. So you guys are just talking to each other. Jack actually gets to be on since he won. Well, I'm always on. So I'm not really sure what you mean there. But yes, I will be on. And movie draft tomorrow, my F&G. Yes, we have a very fun movie draft tomorrow. Dealing with fast cars and furious people. I don't know any other way to say that. They were both onto each other, and then of course she had no remorse when she figured out the truth. When he figured out the truth. God, stop yelling at me. It makes sense she would choose her boyfriend Kang over Mobius. All right, chill.
Mobius has such a little like puppy crush on her, and like he knows it's probably never gonna happen, but he's like he's so good with being in the friend zone.
Owen Wilson,
he's like so fine
so
with it, and like I love that.
Owen Wilson is so good at that type of role, though. He's like, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, wow. I think Lady Sif will return. I think Lady Sif. I think for Lord Lorenzo. So it may not be the last time we see her. Yeah, I don't remember if she was yeah, probably. You're not wrong. She was cast in something. So, yes. Hey guys, hope all's well. Hey Brandon, what's good, man?
Welcome to the stream, Brandon.
One of the songs you recommended me in the last stream, I've been listening to like nonstop. So, good shit, bro. Oh, sorry. Good stuff, bro. I subbed, but I don't know because I don't check Twitter. Oh, you're talking about the chat sports? Yeah, well, check Twitter. Okay. Just if I skip your comment, don't be mad. I'm just like moving along a little bit. Some people on Twitter said bad things or bad reviews and they were meh. Haven't read them, just heard that. Gotta check the source. Bro, trust me, he's not a source. I don't know. I thought it was mixed because I saw Chris Stuckman was rude. Didn't really like the film. Thought maybe some people were mixed, but I guess it's a strong criticism. I'll see you next week and may like it. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to like, I trust Chris Stuckman. I really like his reviews, but you know, he doesn't always like everything that everyone likes. I mean, everyone doesn't always like everything everyone likes. I tend to like everything everyone likes, but you know, it's just whatever. I don't know if I've seen, but I was able to block them out for F9, but sometimes I get swayed a little. Yeah, it happens. I mean, for me, it's just like, this is how I look at reviews. I'm like, oh, didn't like it? That's his opinion. Cool. Move on.
Well, I think honestly, if I had to say like the one thing, even prior to all of this, that like made me really not care about certain reviews or realize that literally everything that ever comes out is going to have mixed reviews. Like even if someone doesn't like articulate it publicly, like Toy Story 4, when that movie came out, all I saw was like positive critical reception. Like my parents were telling me like, oh, this movie, like it's doing really well. Like people say it's doing well. And I go and see it and I don't like that movie in any shape or form other than the animation accomplishments that have come like from first Toy Story to this Toy Story. And that's when I realized I was like, so what does it matter if like literally everyone else in the world but me liked a movie? Like I didn't like it. So like, why should I listen to their opinions? You know what I mean? Unless it's literally someone you trust and you just want to hear what their opinion is. I would never let it sway me. Like if there's a movie I want to go see and everyone's telling me it's bad or good, I'm still going to like go to the movie.
Oh, so you're talking about my number 8 favorite Pixar movie?
Yeah. This is what I mean by I massively respect Jack, but we don't always have the same picks for things. You know what I mean? Someone, you know what I'm saying? Let's post up. I've seen all of Rockies and Creeds. Let's go.
Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Skinny little arms though, so I don't know how much damage I'll do. I did funny story, and I maybe shouldn't say this. One time in middle school, I have like really pointy elbows because I'm like really bony.
Who'd you F up, Sasha?
I like went for a girl, and my mom like pulled me aside. It was on a field trip, and she was like, "What are you doing?" She deserved it though. That's all I'm saying.
She deserved it. F9's mostly comedy. It's fun. It's meant to be fun. So yeah. Jaren, that's a massive compliment. Thank you, Sasha.
I mean it, Jaren.
Yeah. I mean, Jaren's just the top of the top, the cream
Oh
of the
my
crop,
gosh.
the best of the best. I want to be him when I grow up. I don't normally watch reviews until after I post mine, but the first I always go to are Jack and Zach Pope. Yes, Zach Pope is absolutely fantastic. Go subscribe to him if you've not. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually my mentor, so cool. Best of the best. Well, Jaren, you're the best of the best. I want to be you when I grow up someday.
I know.
Can't wait for movie draft. It's freaking lit. And I've got, so this week's movie draft is obviously coming out tomorrow. The next two are set. And oh boy, we got some bangers coming. Some bangers. So get ready. Ewan, what's up?
What is up, Ewan?
What's up, my man? Scott, I really don't care about reviews for a film I'm anticipating. Great if it's getting good word of mouth. Fair if it doesn't, I won't lose sleep. If I like it, I like it. If I don't. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Because that's always, if it's their opinion. Seems like all the legends are on tonight. Chris and Cam, Brando, and now Jack and Sasha. Well, all I'm going to say is Jack and Sasha got to this time slot first. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. We got to this time slot first. But yeah, I mean, everyone, it's free airways. Everyone's allowed to do what they want.
I feel like Wednesday is like
it's Wednesday, my dudes.
The day, but it is Wednesday, my dudes. With, I don't know, for me, like I like Wednesdays were like my day off for my internship. And then like with like Loki coming out and stuff, like Wednesday has just become like my YouTube stream day.
Yeah, it works.
Like more so even than like Fridays with the High School Musical stuff, because this is like I've got two video, like my own and then this on Wednesdays. But
yeah, it's better for me to do stuff during the week because then when I'm in the weekend, I'm hardcore. I need to get my videos for next week done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is for me. I need to go to the movie theater and watch the movies of the week. I need to write my reviews and I need to make my content because I don't know if y'all have come to realize. I was actually talking to my dad about this today on my car ride home from work. I was like, yeah, when I got here to Texas, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do like maybe 3 videos. I'm going to try to do like 3 videos a week and, try to keep up with the, blah, 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 blah. In the last 3 weeks, I've posted like 5 or 6 videos a week while holding a full-time job.
That's impressive.
So I'm exhausted. No, I'm joking. I'm actually fine. I'm chilling.
If anyone here, just because I know a couple people are younger that are usually here, like I don't think Reagan's here yet, but like anyone who's like starting YouTube or thinks of starting YouTube, like the best, and it takes you a while because you think like, oh, I'll just pre-film, but then like you grow really, really fast at the beginning of like talking to the camera, like editing and things. So like you'll do something a couple weeks in the past. By the time it's time to like edit and post it, you don't like it.
Oh yeah.
But pre-filming, like I got so much done yesterday that like you guys are gonna see this khaki creative director jacket. Like I'm sorry, you're gonna see it like all the time because I was too lazy to even change. But, like it changes your ability to just feel prepared that like if there is a day where you're like cannot film for whatever reason, you still have that like raw footage that you can, spice up and
it's like, especially in our like in the film and entertainment industry, you really only can go like a week at a time.
Yeah.
Because like say a certain trailer about a web slinger finally releases, well then you got to flip your entire day when that releases around for that video because I don't want to post 2 videos a day. I won't because that takes away from the video that's up. I want that video for that day to be the star of the channel. So oh God, I can't wait for that trailer to come out. I just want to get the anxiety over of knowing I have to wake up early and get it done before I go to work. Like, I just want that anxiety to be gone. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really tired. Oh,
Oh no.
that's fine. Just everyone.
Oh
just,
no.
What perfect timing, right?
Brief intermission, everyone. Go get your snacks, your popcorn, your sodas,
This is how the magic's made,
slushies.
people.
If anyone has them in their homes, that would be amazing to have like a slushie machine. That's one of those like dream house Pinterest type things that you would see.
This is how
Like,
the
oh,
magic's
yeah.
made, people. I'm getting real cozy tonight. I'm just gonna chill back here. I'm just gonna chill back here. When y'all recording movie drafts now, whenever the F I want. No, I like for real though. It's for real. It's the way I'm going about it now. And Jaren, you've been in some of that group chat because you're one of the recurring contestants. For everyone that's not, and for everyone that's just a viewer, the way I go about it now is it got to the point when I made the video, the future movie drafts, that was my ATL, or as Bo Burnham will call it, his ATL, or his all-time low on this series. I was like, I am going to quit this series because I was so exhausted trying to get 3 other people in a Zoom room at one time. I was exhausted. So I was like, I don't really have anything going any evening after work. So I'm like, this is how I'm going to do it. One person, give me a time and a date in a 2-week period. You tell me, I'll be there. I will find 2 other people that can be there. I literally did that today with Sasha because is she going to be on back-to-back movie drafts? Wait, what? I did that with Sasha today. I'm like, you give me a time and date. Well, you give me a date and I'll tell you if I have a conflict and we will film. So I used to have a set day. Well, obviously that doesn't work for everyone. So I'm just kind of like doing it. I kind of relented the power and was like, you tell me where you want me. I'll be there. So that, my friend, is when we are filming movie drafts. Still twice a month. Okay, I lost where I was. When rewatching Endgame, do you guys still get goosebumps in the final battle like you were in the theaters? Yes. Even when I see the clip on Twitter, I want to cry.
Yeah. No, when I watched that movie, like all the same things that like brought tears to my eyes the first time watching it happen again, and then even more so. Okay, well, it just happened to me now. Great.
This is how the magic's made, people.
Yeah, exactly.
We're having a fun time tonight.
Oh yeah, when the equipment doesn't work. Oh, and then my other thing went out. Oh, this is just so fun. I love new technology.
This is how the magic made, people.
It's so fun. But yeah, like I definitely get emotional, and then I get emotional because I'm emotional. Like, oh, I remember when I was in theaters and blah 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 blah. So it just
because I was emotional.
Exactly. Like no one knows this obviously because I'm not gonna like cry in a video or something crazy like that. But like I am a very like if I need if it's a day and I'm having a day, like I'm just gonna like put on the end of La La Land and like get it out. Like I'm gonna cry it out. Like I'm very if a movie like for a while I went through a streak where like if I didn't cry in a movie, it was like certified bad movie for me because I was like anything can like make me cry at this point. So like if it doesn't
elicit that emotion, and if
exactly
not, it's doing something wrong.
Exactly. So like lately the Olympic trials like get me teary-eyed. Like seeing these people like
worked for all their lives.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're so like literally me who's never played a sport, literally like could not even like run down the stairs right now.
Most out of shape. I can barely do 5 sit-ups.
Exactly. And I'm literally like crying, like I had to turn it off because I was like, it was like a Saturday afternoon. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
I'm not crying for them. I'm crying for the fact that I'm an out of shape couch potato that watches movies every weekend instead of running laps around my apartment.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't even know what you guys were. Oh, the goosebumps. Yeah. So yeah, for sure. Definitely. They come back to me.
10 out of 10. You've been slain. Thank you. Jack on the grind. Thank you. I mean, it's all I know how to do now. It's all I know how to do. It's work and work some more. Like think of it should a percentage on a website really derail our anticipation. I stopped caring for when the Tarzan came out plan. I loved it. I don't care for reviews. Again, look for them for, that's your opinion. That's fine.
I think the only thing I get excited about now is if a movie I do, like I went to the theater or I watched for the first time and I liked it, and then I go back to check critical reception of it, and like it's positive, then I get excited.
Yeah,
but like
everyone else likes it.
Right, exactly. Like I want movies that I like to be seen by more people so they can be appreciated more. So like that's the only thing that I really like would look back on stuff for or like get excited about.
Yeah. Not to say I don't love watching people's reviews like you, Jack, or someone like Stuckman, because the difference in opinion is great for discussion. Like I'll say the thing, I'm sorry, I can't read tonight. Like the same thing, it'd be boring, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to opinion and discussion. That's why I always like, before I end my videos, I'm like, go down in the comments, let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know why. And I'm really bad at getting back to comments. But last night I like bombed I was like, I'm responding to everybody. So
I got like 9 alerts that was like, Fanatic Films liked your comment. Fanatic Films liked your comment.
And then I just like responded to
going through his comments.
Everybody. But yeah, that's why I like doing that. No matter what, I love seeing people's reviews on the internet. It makes the community grow, and I love the community so much, and everyone wants to be a filmmaker. Good luck on your journey. Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't necessarily want to be a filmmaker, but I know Sasha probably has aspirations for that. So Sasha, good luck on your journey.
Thank you so much.
I already
Jack,
got my
Alex,
journey.
Thank you.
My journey's already set. One of my bosses yesterday, we were talking about, because I had to take that shot and it was water, but I had to play it like it wasn't. And it was really like, I was bad. I was really bad. And so my boss is like, well, hey, you know what they say? If you can't act, you become a critic. And I'm like, Actually, do y'all want to see that? I can show that. You want to see?
That's
so
funny. Yes, I want to see it.
Fake a shot.
I caught the screenshot, but I did not.
Any way to use the share screen feature? We're gonna go over to my good friend Mitchell Renz' channel. He is who I was assigned to be the producer of this week. So I talked to Sasha about this. She kind of asked me, so like, what's the difference? Like, what do you do? She basically in a nice way asked, what do you do? And basically what I do is anytime you see a graphic on the screen, that's me. I do that. I run the show, make sure the show is smooth. You are not going to see a Grammarly ad because no free ads on this channel. Unless you want to sponsor me, Grammarly, then.
Grammarly, well, I don't want to give a shout out. I use Grammarly. For so long I was like, Grammarly helps you, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, no. And then I downloaded it because I started getting lazy with some of my, like, I had like weekly papers to turn in. And I was like, sometimes I'd be turning them in at like 7:30 in the morning before like the 9 o'clock class. So I was like, okay, like I need something to like check me because I can't check myself. And it's pretty good. There is like a paid version that I do not pay for. Also, it always wants to correct the spelling of my last name, and I'm not about that, so I just have to hit cancel repeatedly, which is annoying. But anyways, but no free advertising, Grammarly, or other word programs. Oh, Jack's gone. Okay, he's back.
I'll try to open one mother effing tab, and we just are in shambles over here. All right, I'm gonna share audio. Y'all, let me know if you can hear. All right. Okay, here we are. So this is the Raiders report. This is what I was on last week. So basically what happened was Mitch said, this is Mitch, very nice guy, one of the good ones. Basically what happened, I'm going to hide that chat. If we got a $50 super chat, I would take a shot. We got a $50 super chat right before we ended, like literally right before we were going to leave. So let's... So
I was actually getting worried we wouldn't get it.
So here it is.
So Jack, he's drinking Tito's here. Jack's got the Tito's machine. I got Fireball. Give me a sec here. Jack didn't want no Fireball. So I was like, all right, Jack, I got you.
No,
so I said earlier in the show, because this is Jack's very first Raiders report that he's producing, that if we get a $50 super chat, we would take a shot and show him how Raider Nation gets down. So, Lorenzo, I appreciate that you did this, man.
Does each show do this, Jack?
You're good.
It depends. The Raiders report gets rowdy.
Now we're going to take a shot.
I would imagine.
It's rowdy.
I want you to meet Jack. We got
look at that guy.
This guy making all the buttons pushed behind the screen.
Look at that guy.
He's the one that makes the real magic happen and get your questions on the show. So, Jack, cheers to you. Welcome to Raider Nation.
And I'm gone. There it is.
We go.
And I'm gone.
Right, we're gonna
Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy Award goes to...
And I'm gone. All right, stop sharing. So there it is. Go subscribe to the Raiders report. Go do it.
I
Sasha-
literally would not have been able to do that. Like I cannot drink anything that Mike's hard lemonade. Like I
love
am
Mike's
very
Hard Lemonade.
new to drinking, and so like just turned 21 6 months ago. Wasn't about that fake ID life of everyone. I am stickler to the rules.
Yo, I thought I
So-
was the only one.
No, and that's a conversation we'd have to have at another point. But like the amount of like why do people care if you drink or not? Like you're gonna be drunk, so like why does it bother you what I do?
And I'm your DD.
Exactly. I literally told everyone, I was like, you have my phone, you have my number. Many times I would help people out. Whatever.
Doing
Anyways,
God's work.
but yeah, no, I would not. First of all, I would not have given that good of a performance. Second of all, if it was real, I wouldn't. I would actually have like spit it all
Died.
out everywhere.
I would have died. I wouldn't have died. I've taken shots before, but then I gotta drive, and I'm not effing with that. But yeah, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Chat Sports. Go subscribe to the Raiders Report, Cowboys Report. Sasha can vouch.
I've been there.
Number one critic, number one supporter. So she was in the chat. I added her one time. I was like, fire emoji, fire emoji.
How about them
That's
Cowboys?
That's the only emoji I use when I'm moderating the chat is the fire emoji. I miss it. Discussing movie drafts. You'll be on soon. I got a fun one that you might be on with some of my coworkers from Chat Sports. So if you're down for that, let me know. Hit me up. Also have to go now. Have a good night. Have a great 4th of July. You too, Alex. Thanks for coming in, man.
Happy 4th in advance, Alex.
Happy 4th. Get lit. I ain't doing ish. Going to get my car oil change. That's what I'm doing on the
That's gotta be a pretty good day to get like work
It's
done.
gonna be closed.
It is a Sunday.
No. Oh,
and it's the 4th.
But I was supposed to go watch movies on Saturday. Flip. Okay, well, I got to figure out my weekend again. That's fun. I respect the grind of both of you. I'm starting digital film and television degree in college in September. I've been working towards it for the last 3 years. So anyone for a passion of film, I love it.
Congrats, Scott. That's so exciting.
That's cool. I didn't do any of that in college. Well, actually, I did. I got a minor in it, but that's cool, man. That's really cool. So
Definitely.
you got
Scott,
questions?
do you know what you want to like do with it yet, or are you trying to figure it out? Like, you want to go film? You want to go like social media type route? Do you want to go like television business side? Just because the one thing like that I am so appreciative about like my school's program, talking to other people, is that it involves a lot of like this like film business aspect. So like I could get a job. Like I don't necessarily want to work on set. I kind of would rather be like more corporate area. Well, I would want to do writing, but like I do like the corporate thing before I would do like on set work, I think. So like having an idea of that might help you out. But I'm just trying to like better to broaden it in college. Someone told me one time like there's gonna be a point in your life where you like can't just take whatever class you want, or like you can't like just casually learn things.
You'll get there.
So like
junior,
don't
senior
be afraid.
year. Junior, senior year, you'll get there. Happened with me in journalism. I mean, I'm taking a course right now. I got accepted into a course from NYU about the industry, but it's more from the journalism side. So I'm gonna get a certificate from NYU, which is pretty dope, I guess. So there's
a lot of certification and stuff you can do that's not like school related, or like it's potentially online too.
You do have to pay
so that's
for
a good thing to look. Oh, you do?
Yeah, you do. Just be prepared. I had to pay for it. Oh nope. Yes, sir. I'm assuming for the movie draft. You want to meet some of my buds from Chat Sports? Hit me up. We'll get a date because I want to have them on for this cool sports movie draft. I do forget sometimes that you guys weren't allowed to drink until you're 21. There. Here, the drinking at 18. I won't lie. Fake ID. It might have happened with me. LOL. I'm not going to judge.
We will not say anything. Snitches, as Paul Bettany says, end up in ditches. So we're not saying anything. Lips
Paul Bettany's
sealed.
the biggest one of them all. Whose favorite actor is themselves? Okay, I'm not doing that. It's a blend between filmmaking and marketing for me. I have a passion for both, but it can be either or. Let's come to my cinematography. I mean, bro, big cinematography guy right here.
Cinematography is fun.
Yeah. If I could have a job on a set, it would be a cinematographer. That would be, or director of photography. Yeah, that's actually the proper name. Director of photography.
That's awesome, Scott, though. Like I think the blend will be very beneficial.
That'll help you open more doors than just just getting one thing, which is what I did in college.
Yeah.
And I learned. Sasha is great with the great with the academic advice. Every time someone types in all caps tonight, I'm yelling into the microphone.
It's like a special effect at this point.
Yeah. Great. Sasha is. I'm not doing that again with the academic advice. We already had our session last week, and she helped me a little bit more confident on the UGA.
Sorry, I'm like the biggest like non-act like. First of all, for UGA, but I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie to anyone about things. Go dogs, sick 'em. But
works up, baby.
But yeah, no, guys, and I only say this. I obviously don't know everyone's situation, and the number one thing I think in academic stuff is to listen to your own gut and what you think is best for yourself. Because there's always going to be hoops you have to jump through with other people, or advisors are going to point you one way or another, even though that's their job to tell you the correct things. They don't always. Yeah. And I mean, it could be a super minor thing like telling you to take one class that's going to have to be 2 classes when it could have been 1 class for multiple credits and that sort of thing. But like academics has been kind of my whole life up until this point. Like extracurriculars, not really. Like only in the last 2 years of college have I done like anything other than school. So if there is one thing I'm pretty confident I know about is like school. But that's not to toot my own horn, and I really appreciate the compliment, Jaren. But yes, anytime any of you guys need, hit me up. But Jaren specifically, because I knew kind of what he was talking about doing. And we had a combo about that. But yeah.
Sasha's smart, guys. Ask her the cues.
I will say, well, no, never mind. I'm going to hold that because I have 6 months left of college and I'm not screwing the pooch now. Never mind. I'm not saying it. I'll tell someone later, but
I'll screw the pooch. Just you do you. All I'm saying is you smart. Thanks for the advice, Sasha. Appreciate it a lot. Glad to hear the experience people had in the area I love. So kudos to you and Jack. Also, I didn't do it. It's Sasha.
Jack's a journalist though, and I took a journalism class last semester, and it was maybe one of the harder things I've done because having to understand like, I don't know, journalism and doing journalism, like the concept of journalism is kind of like easy, like the code of a journalistic ethic, but like applying that, ooh, like, I don't know, like everyone's got like bias these days. I mean, everyone's always had bias, but like now I feel like it comes out so much. So like in journalism, that's tricky to navigate. I could not do that.
I got to skip real quick just for this one. From the Raiders report with Mitchell Renz. If we super chat $50, can you both take a real shot of vodka? Ask for Raider Nation. Well, unfortunately, Mitch, which thanks for coming and watching, I do not have the runtime nor the subscribers to do a $50 super chat. I would not also want to put Sasha in that situation. I mean, I don't know. If someone does something, maybe I'll chug a Truly or something. I don't know. Part of a Truly. I have Truly. That's all I have. I don't have actual vodka here. But Mitch, thanks for coming and watching.
That's so funny. Maybe someday.
I love how he came in with the Raiders report account.
Classy.
That is funny. YouTube sent a copyright noted for the audio. Got the alert. I'm sorry. You can copyright me. You can monetize. Whatever. I just showed the shot. That's all, Mitch. Don't be mad at me. So that's why he's here. That's why he's here. But thanks, Mitch.
What?
I didn't know. Well, you know what? I didn't know because no one ever copyrights my stuff. That's actually really interesting. That's something I didn't know.
I bet it does live because it's on the radar. Like for me, although some people have been vicious, HBO Max, oh my gosh, if you show like a millisecond of that Friends reunion trailer, they are like there. Like, What are you doing with our content? And they don't like block it, but they like want their coin. And I'm like, you guys are charging me $17 a month. Like, do you need more?
It's how it is. It's how it is. Okay, just for everyone. Good. Copyright notice denied. Thanks, Mitch. You're the real one. Mitch is a great guy, guys. So go check him out. Mitchell Renz 365 on everything. He's awesome. He's a good guy. We are now cubicle cube mates because we had to rearrange our desks at work. So now we're like in pods of 4. So now we're like pod mates. Mitch is the real one. But I just want to say I get why now he commented on the Raiders Report account because he probably had to go in and see it. But I love that he commented on the Raiders Report account. That's hilarious. But thanks for coming in, Mitch. If you want to stay, feel free to stay. If not, have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow because I'm working with you for the rest of the week. So that's great. Okay, let's hit some of these other ones that we didn't hit. And then we'll get into our review. We're almost to an hour already. But you know what? I love talking to the chat. The chat's lit. Sorry for not comedy busy right now. Aiden, you're good, man. It's all good. You do what you got to do. As part of the degree is creative script writing class I have to take, which I'm excited about.
That is super exciting. Yeah. The stuff I've written for class is trash, but I think getting in the practice of doing it or forcing yourself, like you can have ideas, but like I had a teacher tell me, and it was like best piece of advice was like, this class is not for you to make your dream project. Like save that, come up with something new, like use the brainstorming exercises. What'd you say, Jack?
Like wait for your capstone or like your thesis or whatever.
Exactly.
Like for us, it was a capstone. Wait for your capstone project.
Exactly. And they like force us. And I think because of that, because I wasn't able to do like the first thing I thought of or like the most easy idea I'd already come up with that I could like apply to that class, I had to put like that much more work and effort, and it ended up being that much better. And also we had to do ours as like a partner script, which I don't always recommend. But like for me, I did it with a really close friend of mine. And like we to this day are like, before we graduate, like we have to like make this script because I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun to push yourself creatively in those kind of classes.
Yeah. Screwing the pooch doesn't sound fun. Never heard that saying before.
I don't know where I picked that up, and now
all the time.
Now that I say it, I realize in the wrong context it could be kind of vulgar, but no. I say that I have some weird expressions, so yeah. I just mean jinx myself or like throw things off, or
you don't want to screw up the situation. You don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I use that saying all the time too. People are crazy. People are cray. Journalism is not something that should be downplayed, Jack. I couldn't do it at all. I can barely remember how to write my name. So back yourself up, man. I appreciate it. Try going and doing a man on the street assignment. We had to do that second semester freshman year. That was something.
That's tense.
Man on the street. Go outside and talk to random people.
I could not.
But I love what I do now. And Mitch from the Raiders Report, who sent in a nice little party favor. We have fun at Chat Sports. So subscribe to the Raiders Report. I dig the alligator Loki. Is that what that creature was in the post-credit scene? Was that an alligator? Let me confirm. And was the alligator Loki? Can someone confirm in the chat?
Okay, so I have the photo pulled up.
Which apologies. We will get to the review. I promise.
Wait, I didn't see this.
Wait.
It's a little alligator.
You sent
Aiden should be. No wonder Aiden liked this episode so much. His his school's mascot is here.
If you send it to me on Twitter, I'll use the share screen feature this time without getting copyrighted audio.
Okay.
Let me pull up my Twitter without crashing my stream again.
Oh, can I? Why is this not? Oh, hold on. I got it. Sorry, I'm using two monitors.
Congrats, Mississippi State, for winning the national championship for baseball. That's lit.
Okay, wait, hold on. That didn't really work too well. Hold on. Got it. Okay.
I'm not because it's gonna crash. I can already tell.
I sent the
alligator variant of Loki. Okay, cool.
That's so funny.
Alligator is Richard E. Grant confirmed. No, Richard E. Grant was standing there at the end. What are you talking about? Richard E. Grant was standing there in like looks like comic book accurate suit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do this. Give me a hot minute. Y'all are gonna hate me. This is gonna be terrible quality, but I am not crashing my stream.
Did we notice how the other Loki has his own like Mjolnir? That's so funny. That is the funniest thing I've seen all day. I don't know how I didn't see that.
That's Richard E. Grant, guys. That's Richard E. Grant. Richard E. Grant's not the alligator. That's Richard E. Grant. Oh, sarcasm. Okay. Because I was like, this is most definitely Richard E. Grant. I don't know what y'all talking about. All right, we're hitting this last comment, and then we're doing our review. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. It's crazy to think that we have an Aquaman film, Flash film Savannah right now as nerd love. Yep.
This is something I'm actually like interested in massively. How becoming like the nerdy content or like being a nerd has gone from being like a group. Yeah, been like a pejorative term in like high school, or like or just being like it's weird if you're an adult, to like nerd culture like rules the entertainment industry now. Like I remember when it was like even The Walking Dead started, which is like was like huge around where I live because it's shot really near me. And the what am I trying to say here? There was the after show with Chris Hardwick, and it was like Talking Dead. And like that was like the start of like people being super big. And now like Comic-Con is like something that like everyone knows about. And like it's just wild to me to think like how mainstream it's become. Like not in a bad way, but just like I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm DMing Mitch real quick.
You're good. I'm not over this alligator. Hey,
Yo,
Reagan.
what's up? How y'all doing?
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh, wait. People are debating whether it's an alligator or a crocodile. That's so funny. Literally, someone wrote an article today about if this is an alligator or a crocodile. That's hysterical. Okay, they're saying that it is an alligator because crocodiles have a fourth tooth. This is like an in-depth article.
You could see the teeth, and we're looking at the teeth.
Apparently, they screenshot it and sent it to some scientists.
You know what, though? They got all the clicks on that because everyone wanted to know. They got all the clicks.
I'm going to send the article to you guys in the chat.
Yes, chat it up. Chat it up. Do the chat. Do the chat. Hi, Reagan. You're cool, man. All right. I swear we're gonna get through these, and then
Aiden wants to fight with these scientists.
We have some conflicting reports, everybody. I just DM'd Mitch, and he said, "Huh?" ? So who was it? Who was it, everyone? I'll find out tomorrow at work. Somebody did. Well, he's typing, so we'll see.
Okay, wait. There was... Okay. 2 of the scientists that were interviewed for this article said that it's an alligator. And then Mike Clifford from Virginia Herpetology Society said genetic analysis indicates it is the species Crocodile Loki. Is that supposed to be like a joke of like talk later or something like that?
I don't know.
Oh, a crocodile gator. Oh, it's like a combined species or something. I think, and he has an extra I as if it's like a like Latin term. I don't know. You guys read the article and consult. Listen, science, not my thing. Not my thing. I don't really know that much about animals. Like I never would want to see an alligator or crocodile this close. But I think this is so funny. I didn't see it because the kid was holding it. And I was so focused on the comic accurate Loki that I just didn't even notice this little guy here. I'm also like, so everyone knows I'm not just talking to myself. I'm like circling around my screen as if you guys can see it, and you cannot. The kid looks familiar too. Do we have any confirmation on who the kid is, like the actor?
I do not know. Sorry, I'm in just a deep conversation.
You're good. You're good. Aiden is very, very strongly on board that this is a gator. In reality, guys, I'm going to bet that it's CGI, period. And so we're never going to know, because that is a child. And I don't know if you guys ever watched the interview with like the kid that was Ravi and Jesse, the Disney Channel show. I don't know if you guys ever heard that show, seen that show, whatever. But like Mrs. Kipling, the Komodo dragon lizard, like in the show that was like their pet, no one could like have scenes with that animal until they were like 18 years old and like signed a waiver and like legally an adult. And so I feel like for this kid who, I mean, I'm bad at telling ages, but like doesn't look 18 to me, is holding this alligator, which I know would have to be like a baby, but like I bet that's CGI. So I don't know if in actuality it matters, but I'm always here for some lively debate about animal species.
Yeah. All right. So I see all your guys' comments. Love y'all. We got to get into the review. So I promise. I don't think we'll hit theories quick this week, but I'm not planning on posting it as a separate video this week because there's so much content coming out. So we'll hit theories quickly at the end, but for now, I think let's just get into the review, and I promise we'll hit all the comments at the end. So are you good, Sasha? We good? We're going to hit the review.
Good
Let's
for
hit
me.
this flipping review. All right. Review time. What an episode. I mean, it's so I was talking, like I said earlier, with one of my coworkers, Tom, and I was talking about the fact that this episode alone showed that Marvel knows how to tell a clear, concise story, and that they are really starting to figure out their TV stuff. Because we all were talking, the crap about Wanda. Well, okay, not everyone. I still will flame WandaVision for not really being able to tell a great story in TV. It got a little bit better in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but now they know what they're doing. This episode's brilliant. I would say it probably rivals some of the other best episodes of Marvel TV so far. Probably one of the best. And I'm just blown away by what we saw. But Sasha, I want your opening thoughts. What did you think about this absolutely insane episode?
For me, this episode, especially after last week, like I really was selling myself on last week's episode, really wanted to like it, really was trying to find the purpose, the silver lining in the episode. And I still don't think it deserves the hate that it got, but you know what? People have been starved of their Marvel content for a long time. If this is your favorite character and you're like, if you don't vibe with Sylvie for some reason, I get why you like that episode would be a sore spot for you. But for me, this episode from the get-go, I was just like enthralled in it and wasn't ever checking my phone, didn't look at the time, wasn't like looking around the room. Like my eyes were just glued to the screen, glued to what was going on, invested in everything. And I agree. And I think what I think is great about this episode is for the first time, this show has created, I'm not trying to say that like Agatha or John Walker or anyone else, it's been like a side character in other shows hasn't been well developed, because I think those are two examples of well developed characters. But I think in this series with Mobius, because I would make the argument that this episode is like focused on Mobius's experience. Like obviously it's still Loki, but Mobius is like his arc throughout the episode changes the most. He's the one that the like story is kind of dependent upon, because Loki is literally like coughed, like put in the time loop. And so I think this show was such strong writing, had such great pacing, and really proved that like they, like you said, Jack, they are willing and able to write well-written television episodes that make sense chronologically. And yeah, I loved this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think if y'all didn't like the last episode, which is fine, that's the majority. I'm one of the few people that actually really enjoyed what they did in the last episode. If you didn't like this episode, then this show really ain't for you, because they went from one side of the spectrum to completely the opposite side in this one, giving us payoff after payoff, action with more action, and some very heartfelt moments. But I think let's break some of these down. I knew the TVA was going to save them off the planet. I didn't love that. But you know what? In the grand scheme of the episode, it was such a minute thing that I'm not really going to ding that many points, because again, we get the rest of the episode, which really is just top tier Marvel, just Marvel. It's a marvel to marvel at this Marvel Wow, that was a lot of Marvel. But let's talk. So let's talk about the first. I think we'll hit like the big points here in our review. Mobius. Pour one out for our main
Pouring
guy.
out for the homie.
That was not something I was expecting. I did we technically confirm our theory that they would turn Mobius? Yes. But then a minute later, he gets, as they called, pruned. So I love the moment that he gets before. So just talking about my thoughts, and then I'll get Sasha. I'll have Sasha give her thoughts about this moment. We got a great moment from Mobius here, where he gets to stand up to Renslayer and be like, you know what? I know where I want to go. I want to go back to the life I had. I want to get on my damn jet ski. He didn't actually say that, but I want to get back to the life I had where I was actually happy. And then he gets pruned. But I love that moment because we've seen him kind of in the side. He's been the funny guy. He's been the calm, timid kind of guy throughout. You know, whenever he's with Renslayer, you know, he's always, you know, really timid and not, you know, trying to play favorites and trying to say, hey, oh, you know, I'm your favorite, you know, stuff like that. But here he's like, nah, he stands up for himself. He's like, no, I'm not taking your crap anymore. I'm going to stand up for myself, even if it ends up that I end up dying. I love that moment here. So I want to get your thoughts on just this whole, in general, just the whole moment of Mobius, you know, and then him getting pruned. What did you think about that?
I loved that moment. I loved it specifically because there's a moment when he's still trying to like lie to her, see if he can like get himself out of this one. I mean, he's spent all this time around Loki's, like he's picked up a few tricks, like, you know, he's going to try to like talk his way out of this one. And then when he can't, he gives that speech. And there's this moment of like, it could just be like the timing of it and the dramatic timing of when the actors like actually step up and like do the pruning. But I feel like there's this hesitation for Ravonna. I think I called her Ramona earlier, but I think it's Ravonna Renslayer, where she's like, if I prune him right now in front of all these other people too, they're all going to know he's a variant, because I'm pretty sure it was confirmed pretty early in the show that like it only works on variants. And so like, there's almost this slight moment of hesitation. And he's even like, I'm either going to like dissipate into nothing. And I'm like, nothing I ever believed was true, or like, it's not going to do anything. And then like, I'm going to lose everything that I've worked for here because I like stood up. And obviously he is pruned and sent away. And initially before that end scene, because I think when Mobius got pruned before Loki did, that's when I was like, oh crap. He's done. And I actually had Jack's like words of like, they didn't bring Owen Wilson on for like one project. And I'm like, no, like they wouldn't bring him on for just a couple episodes, right? Like he's got to come back. And then as they like did it and they ventured like up towards the Timekeepers, I'm like, oh my gosh, they did it with Aaron Taylor Johnson with Pietro, one of my favorite characters. Like they're going to do it with Owen too. I mean, and like, because then my brain was like, the only time my brain actually was thinking this episode that wasn't like fully invested in the episode was like, yeah, and Cate Blanchett's Hela was only in one movie. So like, I don't know. And then of course, like we get the confirmation, which I don't have a problem with. I get that some people don't like the MCU dying, not being a thing,
not really dying.
But I think there's death in the MCU is usually very symbolic, specifically like Tony, I think is Tony and Nat at this point, I think are the only two characters that are like truly gone and in some shape or form. And so like, that's supposed to be meaningful. So like, to me, when like a character like this dies, unless I see meaning attached, I'm not going to believe that it's 100% there. Like, that's why, and the first thing I ever did, and we'll get into this maybe later, but like Coulson in the first Avengers, like his death has extreme meaning. Like that's who they're avenging. Like that's what their name comes from, is like avenging Coulson's death. And that one is probably the hardest one to try to dispute. And like there was questionable things if you've watched or read anything about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of whether he does come back, but I'm going to say he did. And so that's, I don't know. It's just tricky, but I really like that moment for that tension of like trying to twist in their own minds like what they actually know and believe, and accepting demise. Because like just because he says like, I believe I'm a variant now, doesn't mean he's not facing death in that exact moment. It's not until the pruning comes out that it's like, oh crap, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I literally echo everything you say, and this is half theory, also half. This is half the review, also half theory time. Yeah, he's not dead. He's not.
No way.
After we see what happens to Loki in the post-credit scene, which if you don't know, there is a post-credit scene in this episode, or mid-credit scene in this episode. He went somewhere else. Where? I don't know. I don't even know where Loki is right now. We don't know where he is. And the other question comes to pass, and I guess we'll just talk about the post-credit scene right now because it's just a 15-second clip. When Richard E. Grant delivers the line, "No, but you will be if you don't come with us." Like he asks, "Am I dead?" He says, "No, but you will be if you don't come with us." Okay, well, does that mean like if he doesn't come with them, like something's going to happen to him and he will like dissolve or something, like because of the pruning? Or is it just like, oh, people are here and you're just going to die, you know, like something like that, like you're still alive, but people are going to come and like you're going to die if you don't come with us, and we'll help protect you and stuff like that. That's the question that now is posed to me is, well, what is it? So like, do I think Owen Wilson's going to come back? Yes. Please, for the love of God, get him on that damn jet ski. Please.
Absolutely.
But I do want to get your thoughts on this post-credit scene. This is the Council of Lokis. This is what's been teased. We're getting it next episode. I'm so excited. What are your thoughts on this post-credit scene? And we got Richard E. Grant. What are your thoughts?
Yes. I'm super excited about it because especially when they weren't rescued by the Lokis and they're like basically like arrested by the TVA instead. And then the way this episode went, I wasn't even thinking, and that's where I think this episode is good, is it doesn't make you think about the things you've seen in the initial trailer or the mid-season trailer that just dropped that you haven't seen yet, because usually that's like confirmation of like literally before the post-credit scenes, like during the credits, I was like, that's another Loki in the like they're just gonna go find another 2012 Loki in another timeline and snatch him back. Like just keep you know what I mean? Like I genuinely didn't know if that version of Loki was dead, but they'd bring him back somehow. But I think that post-credit scene, first of all, it was great because it automatically confirms it's not like, is Loki dead now? Like that's not part of the conversation. It's like, no, he's very much not. I think it's a great introduction to everyone because again, we'll pick up right where we get started. I also liked having the post-credit scene because now I hope that we have them for the next 2 episodes as well.
Marvel, you know? Yeah.
And so like I loved that. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about it. I think I'm just excited to see all the different types of them, what they look like their costuming, their different personalities. Because as everyone's been saying earlier in the chat, like Sylvie and Loki have such distinct like personality traits. Like even though they're supposed to be Loki, they're very different. The only thing that's really the same is like their need for like mischief and chaos and kind of being a loner that survives. Everything else is different. So like I'm excited to see what these other Lokis bring to the table. Like everyone's saying, like see Richard E. Grant, see the other actors like be these other versions of Loki, and just kind of explore where are they? Like are they in a realm like the way you kind of are like the souls in the Soul Stone are like trapped there in some comics? Like is it something like that? Is it like the quantum realm where like it's not mystical? Is it something totally different? Is this also within the TVA? Like because they prune a lot of people. Like do you have
a big old holding cell or something?
Right. Do you have one world where all these variants are able to coexist that's almost like its own multiverse? Or is like Owen Wilson going to wake up in a universe that is only other Mobius variants?
Yeah.
Or are they all together?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that's going to get answered next episode. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here. I really enjoy, what they did with this, and I think it's perfect because we knew it was coming. We knew this council, which is what it's called, this council of Lokis. We knew this was coming. We'd seen the trailer the trailer clips and the photos. We knew it was coming. So I'm glad that they finally introduced it. And going into episode 5, fine. You got 2 episodes left. Do it. But for real though, I mean, let's get into this topic next because I'm going to save the big shebang for the end. So we talked about this a little bit when we were talking to the chat. This Nexus event that they're talking about is like the Loki on Loki, okay, that sounded bad. The Loki and Sylvie like relationship that's forming. Like that's what this Nexus event is. At least that's what I interpreted it to be. How do we feel about this? We're really towing a really slim line here. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to start with you, Sasha, because I need to kind of compose my thoughts. How do we feel about this?
I don't know if I have anything like intelligent to say on the matter. I think it's an obvious ship to me because
it's built, it's in the harbor.
Right. It's there. It exists on screen. It's been addressed by alternative, like other characters. So it's basically, without being like official within the show, it's basically canon. Like it exists there. You're not like forcing parts together that like wouldn't be there. It's not something like someone saying like, oh, I ship like Bruce Banner and like Steve Rogers. Like that's not really something that's like hinted at within the show. But like someone could come up with it. So like it's more of like a canonical ship than something like that. I think I struggle with stuff like this because I am definitely like, when it comes to like couples in fictional things that I like, I'm like, oh, I really like them or want them to be together. One, I'm very much like long term, like seeing that play out over like a couple of seasons or at least multiple episodes and stuff. Here, I feel like it's being kind of rushed. I think there's also like Loki doesn't really know what love is. Sylvie hinted at the fact that there was someone else once, which I don't know what that is. I don't know if this is what they're referencing in some other alternative timeline. If
I may.
Yes, go ahead.
Did you see the meme where it was like talking about how she has a thing with a mailman and they showed the Stan Lee mailman from Civil War?
That's good. That is good.
Oh, stop. Back it up.
Stop. Oh, that's too funny. But like, I think with them, I think it's the fascination I understand between the two of them. It's the first time that we know of within the like sacred timeline or the MCU that 2 variants of the same individual are meeting up. And so obviously there's that fascination there. Everyone said in the comics that like, or comments here, Loki's a little bit of a narcissist. He would like someone that's kind of like him. Like, I mean, the only other time that I've ever seen like Loki like jokingly say that he was attracted to someone was Valkyrie in Ragnarok because she has the same like doesn't care about the rules. Most of Ragnarok, she's a drunk. So like there's that like kind of like just funny, like don't really care vibes. So I can obviously see where the attraction comes from. But like, I guess because I don't ship it, I'm like not on board with it. But I kind of don't care that much. The only thing is I don't want it to become like, I love her, like I have to save her, because one, that's not like what the character is about. Like it's not who he is. I guess I don't want any relationship to fundamentally change Loki or the way he behaves. Like I would hate if he like becomes an all good guy for his love interest who is also himself. Like that's where I don't want it to be cheaped out on,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It makes sense. My thoughts on this are, it's kind of like I said, the ship's in the harbor. I feel like I'm waiting in line to get a ticket. It sounds bad, but like they are so different. Like they are the same, but they are so different. And I don't know how I can make this sound good. I don't know. Because it's not like it no. But if they weren't the same, they'd make a pretty cute couple. If they weren't the same, if I want to be clear, they'd make a pretty cute couple because they work great with each other. They've got great chemistry. Now, yeah, they're the same person, but they do. And I love her performance. Who is she? What's her name?
Sophia DiMartino.
She's so good. Please
I liked her a lot more this episode than last one even.
Yeah.
Just because I think she was really guarded, which she now she played extremely well last episode, but like I've grown to like the character more here where she's a little bit less guarded in those beginning moments.
Yeah, but I think honestly, if I had to pick, I would take more of her than more of Owen Wilson, I think.
I would definitely go with Mobius. I definitely like Mobius, but again, like we've said, like we've been preaching, it's your opinion, you know? And I think at the end of the day, I think the thing I'm most happy with that gives me like the confidence to say like, I don't really care like what happens with the two of them is the fact that the writers are not like putting it in there to see if you catch it and then like not addressing it by the fact that Mobius brings it up, because like it could be something that now that Loki recognizes it doesn't like act on or it never becomes a thing, but the fact that it was addressed at least in a pretty humorous way and like for Mobius to articulate all of our opinions makes me happier about it than if the show is just like, we're totally okay with this, or like we're just gonna wait and see if you guys like it, and if enough fans like it then we'll make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
Not that they can rewrite this season, but I'm talking more specifically if there are future seasons of the show, which I believe there will be, and I'm sure both of them will be returning. So like that's what I'm talking about when I say like waiting for fan reaction. Like the way in older television series you'd wait to see if like what worked in a season, how your ratings were before you like change stuff.
Which they're the best of all of them. So now we're gonna do everything on Wednesday. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really know how to get out of that conversation. It's an interesting one, but I will one thing before we get to the main thing we're going to talk about. I don't like where we're going, and let me clarify this. I think it's pretty much clear that by the end of this season, the TVA really isn't going to be anymore. It's going to be gone.
Or not as we know it.
Yeah. I don't like that because what is season 2 then? We had a pretty good idea in the first few episodes, like, okay, the TVA stays, but they're like the multiverse police, and Mobius and Loki are going on these side quests, kind of like X-Files or something like that. I would really not be happy if they were like, oh, the variants are set free, and then Loki just shows up in the next Thor movie. I don't want that. I want it to stay contained because it works that way. It works if it's contained. It doesn't work if you're just like, because then it's Marvel going into their trap again. The trap that everyone has a problem with. Oh, you kill someone, but they're not really dead. That takes away the emotion of Loki actually dying in Infinity War. Like that takes away that emotion. So it's like, oh, that really emotional death in Infinity War that made us all cry and made us emotional. Like he's really gone this time. That line by Thanos, no resurrections this time. It means nothing. It means nothing if he just comes back. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I think same thing as the goddamn paperweights. Doesn't mean anything now because they're paperweights to them. Oh, Tony Stark didn't die for it.
I think the one thing, right. I think the one thing with these shows that I always try to keep in mind, and this is more like the business side of like Marvel as a business and not necessarily just a narrative force. There's 3 types of people now that watch Marvel movies. There's the people that watch everything MCU, have some basic understanding of how stuff works and knowledge, like pretty much everyone here, everyone who's really invested in the story wouldn't like dream of like missing something, like it's just 100% Marvel all the way. right? Or even if they're like another, you know what I mean, like invested. Then there's people who are only going to watch the movies, or maybe a couple episodes of a TV show, but not take it seriously or put it on the background just because people are talking about it. Those people are important. And then there's people who don't give two iotas about the MCU. But those middle group of people, the people that just see the movies, the TV shows, like specifically I'm talking about WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier is a better example, so we'll stick with that one. They have to function as something that adds meaning to the people that watch it, you know, is an enjoyable experience for us that pay the whatever a month for Disney Plus, that tune in week to week, that review it, that are invested. But it needs to not change enough in the movies, which I understand where people are critical of, but it needs to change not enough, because Marvel now, splitting into two different mediums of television and film, cannot expect people to narratively comprehend changes between movie to movie that are impacted by the TV shows. Like TV show people who are still alive in the movies can show back up. But if you think about the last time we saw Loki in the movies, he died and he said no resurrections, and it was like very final and all that kind of stuff. And now for Loki to be pulled from the 2012 timeline, like it makes sense for this TV show specifically, but like it for a casual viewer of the MCU, you can't just bring him back into the film. So that would be my argument for why this is either a limited series or drama series or whatever, or a like running TV show, is because this is the one series where you can't just explain away. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Last time we see Sam in the movies, he gets the shield. He's Captain America. Next time we see him in the movies, he will be Captain America. So nothing will have changed for movie people. For us, we understand that, well, someone else was Captain America for a period of time, and that's who the bad guy, and like there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but it can be easily montaged. Like John Walker can be easily montaged, or no one has to know he has the complexity, because that's then a treat for deeper fans to say like, well, blah, 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 blah happened in Falcon Winter Soldier. So like that's a long spiel as to why like I feel like he's not just going to show up in Thor Love and Thunder. Plus, like, Tom Hiddleston's been doing all this press. I don't think he was in Australia when they were filming. So, I mean, again, they could hide that stuff, but, like, I think people would have noticed if he's doing press for Loki in Australia. You know what I mean? Or, like, that sort of thing.
Like, where are you?
Yeah, exactly. So, that's just my take on how these MCU shows function, in the sense that, like, how do you explain the whole variant thing, or have him now totally be disconnected? Because really, if Loki comes back into the movies, everyone's pissed off. Just casual people are like, what the heck, he died?
Yeah. Like,
and then
they did it again.
Right. Serious people are like, so he's not going to call Mobius or deal with Sylvie, and like those never get mentioned. Like, we wasted our time.
The TVA, like, all that, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that they have to, and I think they've set themselves up well to do this. They have to just continue to be weird and creative with hardcore fans in the TV sphere, then they can be bringing him back into the movie. Because otherwise it's just, there's no way to explain it away. So that's my take on that. Sorry, that was long, but
no,
but yeah.
It's total. I completely agree. I 100% agree with what you're talking about. But let's get into it. Sasha.
Thank you guys. Hold on.
Take a victory lap. Take a victory lap.
There we go. We're gonna stand up here.
Just standing ovation for Sasha.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to thank this community for this one time I've been correct. Unlike my movie drafts record, I think I've been more wrong than I have correct with these predictions, these series, these trailer reactions I have done. But here, I was correct, and I even doubted myself for a period of time, but I buckled down last week, and thank goodness I did, because if I didn't, everyone would be like, this is retconning your theory, like, da, da, da. But I'm here to say it, guys. I saw this one coming, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited about it.
So the timekeepers aren't real. They're robots.
So nice to say.
They are not real. They are robots. That is confirmed. We still don't know who created or is running the TVA. Oh, I really thought they were real. That's a fat L on my part.
Is anyone in the comments, or you, Jack, is anyone disappointed with this? Like, is anyone? No,
because the post-credit scene in the last episode is going to be Kang the Conqueror doing something. It's something, and it's going to set up Ant-Man in Quantumania. Because in the end, for me at least, and then I'll let you give your full thoughts. Sorry, I got to give my thoughts.
No, go for it.
In the end, something was going to happen with like even if they were real, something was going to happen where they were either going to go away or they weren't going to be a thing, because they would have had to step in and say, hey, it was like my theory where some catastrophic event was going to happen. They had to save him, but the time he was like, nah, but then they would have to convince him otherwise. And then the multiverse would be created.
Mm-hmm.
But now, is there really one timeline? Or are we already in the multiverse?
No, that is the true theory. Because okay, and this is where I was just thinking I have to mention this in this stream because I know other people feel the same way.
Do it now.
Episode 2, we all remember, right?
Yeah.
Lady Loki sends all the time bombs through the portals, right? Goes everywhere. And we see all these branches pop up. And everyone in Casey in the office is like freaking out because there's all these red branches coming off the timeline.
They're gone.
This time we see the timeline before the Nexus event that's like spiking off like straight up.
They're not there.
And none of the other branches are there. It's not been addressed. Now, I gave them. It was fine last week.
Yeah, last week.
Right? Made sense.
No.
But now I'm frustrated because one, I don't know if it's going to be addressed. I'm scared it's not going to be.
I don't think it is. I think it was just because sorry again to interrupt.
No, go for it.
Because you get Renslayer and Mobius just clinking drinks saying, "Oh, case closed."
Right,
you wouldn't be doing that if there was this huge Nexus event happening and all crap's about to break loose. You wouldn't be.
No,
doing
my
that.
only prediction with that is that Renslayer, who seems to be the only person that knows fully what's going on, the only person in charge that we can confirm, I think she, like, if they have this memory erasing technology anyways, can she just like magically like fix these different Nexus events that are branching off the timeline and like cover it up and brainwash everyone so they don't even know that it happened? Or are we just supposed to believe that something we didn't know that was ever fixed is now going to be the time part, if no other multiverse is established by the end of the series, that little like 10 minutes that they're trying to fix stuff is when Multiverse Madness, potentially No Way Home, all of that happens? That is where I'm like, I need that to be a little stronger for me.
Yeah, that part's frustrating for me. And like I know like Brandon Davis and some other people on social media have been talking about this as well. It's like it takes away the magic of that cliffhanger. It takes away the magic because the best part of that cliffhanger is not Loki running into the portal after Lady Loki. That's great. But that's not the best part. The best part is seeing that monitor start branching out, everyone freaking out because you're like, multiverse.
Yeah.
Like that's the best part of that cliffhanger. If you completely basically retcon that or just brush that under the rug, the magic goes away. People don't remember it as this great cliffhanger. People still remember Evan Peters showing up in WandaVision, even though he turned out to be a boner joke. Well, actually, I guess that kind of is the same thing. You know what? Just forget what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I digress. It takes away the magic if you're just going to completely retcon what was the best part of that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
But I'm fine with them not being real because it gives Sasha the satisfaction of being right. First off, and second off, I knew in the end we'd get some sort of conclusion with them. Whether it be they're real, whether it be they're not real, because I like, at least in my mind, two things were going to come out of this in my mind. three things actually. One, multiverse. Multiverse was going to come out of this. This is going to be the show where the multiverse is created. It still will be, even though the timekeepers aren't real. It still will be created in this. That's the biggest,
could already have been created.
Yeah. As we say at work now, I give this 5 Jack stars. 5 out of 5 Jack stars. Multiverse is happening. It's going to happen in this series. The second thing, I'm going to give this 3.5 Jack stars that Kang is going to be introduced. It may be in a post-credit scene in the last episode or something like that, but he's coming. He's going to be introduced. And then the third thing I knew almost for certain is that we would get some sort of conclusion with the timekeepers. I didn't think they'd still be there, or I didn't think they'd still be functioning the way that they were after the finale of this first season. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because in the end, someone else pulling the strings, which is great because you're not taking away the mystery after 4 episodes. The mystery is still on. Okay, Loki even asks it. Well, who is controlling the TVA? The mystery is still there. We don't know. So I dug it. But Sasha, I'll get your thoughts on this specifically. I mean, obviously you are just jumping for joy.
I'm over the moon. I really am.
But how do you feel about like the reveal? Like, do you like the way that it went, or what do you think?
I really liked it. I liked it in the sense that it was so okay, to be honest, in the scene, like I was just like anticipating like what's going to happen next because I couldn't hear what the timekeepers were saying. I don't watch with captions because too many people have said they've had things spoiled with captions, but they were so muffled. But I was like, something else important is going to happen like later. So I was like, it doesn't matter. And then by that point, like one of their like heads got cut off, and I was just so excited because with the smoke and stuff, I didn't see it necessarily being robots or like animatronics or something. Like I thought they were going to get up there and it be misty and like, I don't know. There's magic in the show. Like I figured, like who knows?
And really good at animatronic robots, as we know.
Yeah, exactly. This is basically just the trial for the TVA. Is actually the Imagineers guys for Disney. They're the ones.
No, this was a trial run for the new Loki ride that's going to come.
Oh,
at Disney
absolutely.
World. Like,
that was the first. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, "There's gonna be a ride of this." Yeah. And like that's gonna happen like in the ride is like the head gets cut off and like you just go somewhere else like with it. But
the Star Tours glasses, the head flies at you and like bumps off whatever buggy you're in. And
exactly, and you're like sent flying back. Exactly, 100%. But yeah, I really liked the way it happened. I liked the tension in the scene. I also really liked in this show that even though like I never anticipate truly that like Loki is going to die or be in any like super dire circumstance, I like that the tension was built in that scene to make me like I was fully there. Like I wasn't thinking at that point like they're not going to kill Loki. Like logically, I was just invested in the emotion of the moment and the fact that like we're there and you're like spooked. You're trying to catch like Easter eggs in the background, and it also very much that scene, the entirety of it reminded me. Well, was pointed out to me by Christian. Of the Red Room scene in The Last Jedi.
Yep.
Very much, which I think was intentional. I personally think for my disdain for The Last Jedi, that is like the best scene of that movie for me. So like I still think it was done better cinematography wise, but I liked the feeling of that scene. And the tension that was there was obviously the same too. So I really liked that.
Yeah, I was going to mention this scene after we really talked about this because that fight scene, the choreography first is great. I love the way it's shot. And just getting to see Loki and Sylvie just fighting back to back with each other is epic. It was so well done. Definitely, this whole sequence was the climax of the episode, but that really was the most heart-pounding, get your blood pumping part. And I loved what they did with it. I was
absolutely
so happy with how it ended up. But
I also like that this reveal really quickly. Sorry to cut you off, Jack.
No,
I'm just really glad. Again, I'm being surprised by how okay I am with certain things happening earlier that I expected to happen later. Like see episode 2, I mean, maybe it didn't happen now. I have no idea with all the Nexus branches. Like, oh my gosh, multiverses technically like looks like it's being achieved. Or then like this, like I really thought this standoff was going to be final episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it's here because again, it keeps me guessing. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me wondering like, what more do they have planned?
And
that's what I'm excited.
There's still time. Did it feel rushed?
No,
didn't feel rushed like the final battle in WandaVision. Every time I have an opportunity to crap on WandaVision, I'm going to. It didn't feel rushed like the entire last episode of WandaVision. It's great. Does it feel a little early? Maybe, but if you think about it, let it happen because then you've got more time to breathe afterwards. You didn't have time to breathe after WandaVision. You were so claustrophobic with everything happening so quickly. So it's like, I really liked, and that's a great point that you made. I really liked that they did it now because we now still have 2 episodes left and we've already met one of our huge climaxes, seeing the timekeepers. Who are they? What are they? Finding out that they're not real. And now we're like, okay. And we hit what we all thought was going to be the major climax in the series. We hit it in episode 4 and we still got 2 episodes left. Oh boy. So I love that. So Sasha, I'm asking you final thoughts from this episode before we finish this review. What did you think overall?
So good. I said it in my review today. I am always going to cherish this first episode of this season, like forever, for what it is, just as like an episode of television. But this might now be my favorite episode of this season or from this series or potentially of Marvel television, just because of the way it's able to pace itself so well, use all its characters at just the right amounts, at just the right times, have good reveals, have a great cliffhanger. We get that after the credits scene. Like, to me, this feels like what an episode of Marvel television should look and feel like. And I just hope that this is like the mood board inspiration picture for all the other Marvel stuff going forward. I don't want it to be exactly the same. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I just mean like, this is well done. A job majorly well done to everyone of the Loki team.
Yeah. And my thoughts, I think really the first episode and this episode is like 1A, 1B. I think the first episode, what it does so well is world build and bring in some really intimate emotion. I think that's what's really well done in the first episode. And then this episode, this is a great example of how to hit a climax right.
Yes.
How to make reveals right. How to have really great action and fulfilling answers. So they're 2 very different episodes in the ways that they are. So that's why I have them at 1B, because they're so good at what they do. They're just vastly different. So I really enjoyed this episode. One of my favorites in it. This series is so damn good. It's so damn good. Review over. All right, let's catch up. I said I'd answer all of them, and we got a lot. All right. Jaren, all the way back. I don't even know if he's still in here. If you are, you're a freaking trooper. My nephew is actually older than me. Went to school with the main kid in The Walking Dead.
Chandler Riggs.
That's cool. Yep, that's what he said. Chandler Riggs, I think. That's cool, man. I didn't go to school with anybody famous.
Neither did I. I don't think anyone's.
So what's a film where the experience changes every time? Maybe there's more details you find each time you watch it, or find new information. It ties it all together and makes you love it more. For me, recently, it's the comedy special by Bo Burnham, Inside. That is so amazing, because the great part about it is that I think with that one, it's kind of a cheat, because I am finding jokes that I didn't get the first time subsequent times. Like in the song All Eyes on Me, he's which, if you guys have not seen Inside, it's absolutely fantastic. I put it in my top 10 of the year so far. And I'm watching it with my parents this coming week, my parents and sister, when they come, and it's going to be so much fun. He goes on a spew about how he took 5 years off for his mental health and things like that. And then he said in January 2020, I said, oh, hey, I'm going to come back. I'm going to perform. And then he says, and then the funniest thing happened. And then like he plays a laugh track. And for the longest time I was like, okay, cool. I don't really get what that joke was, but then one night it clicked. Oh, the funniest thing happened. He's talking about Corona. He's talking about COVID. I'm like, it clicked for me one night. I'm like, oh, that's funny. So that's probably mine. Sasha, I know I wanted to give you some time. That's why I went on a huge spiel. You have any? What do you think?
No, I appreciate it because I had to look at my. It's like when someone asks you like my favorite stuff I've got like down now. I can answer that kind of question. But like something like this that's a lot more thought provoking. I have to kind of think through. I honestly think there's a lot of movies that I've rewatched multiple times, but not always with the same like eye for detail. So like the two I would put on that list, Crazy Stupid Love, because every time, first of all, I rewatched that movie an ungodly amount of times. Like it is, I rewatched it probably 4 or 5 times in the last year, which is a lot for me because I'm trying to watch a lot of new movies. Like I'm usually pretty busy. So like with the exception of like something that's in my top 5, like Crazy Stupid Love, like I don't really rewatch a movie a ton. And even my other favorites, I don't watch nearly that much. Like who has the time to watch Endgame like casually, like every week or something like that? But Crazy Stupid Love, Jack does. But Crazy Stupid Love is just like, every time I rewatch it, I like watch it. And I don't know. I am the kind of like person that talks during movies. So like if I watch it for myself, I will take like Snapchats and put something funny, but like save it for myself. Like don't send it to anyone because I know no one else will appreciate it as much as like I will later down the road. So I do that a lot with Crazy Stupid Love. That's a great one. But another one that I've rewatched a surprising amount of times, but not as surprising because it's so good, is Knives Out. And especially Knives Out being a mystery movie. Like it wasn't until the second time I saw it, I think, that I noticed that she had blood on her shoes and that Daniel Craig notices it. Like he notices it when she throws up. And like, I don't know, realizing that changes. I mean, you obviously know what happens after finishing the movie, but like seeing it the second time, you realize that and you put together like when he's figuring out who done it. And that, so like that's a great one to rewatch for me. That's probably my favorite one that isn't like Crazy Stupid Love, where it's just like, oh, the cinematography is really good here, or like this bit of writing is really good, but like Knives Out is fantastic.
And Knives Out 2 just started filming, and Daniel Craig with the legendary look. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw him.
And I love it.
On that like Mediterranean harbor, I was like, oh, I'm so into this. I'm so ready for this movie. I'm
with that heavy. Gator, talking about the Gator. Grant looks like he was ripped right out of the episode of 60 Spider-Man. That cosmetic spot. Yeah, I love that Marvel is going all in on the comic looks.
Oh, yeah.
Just fantastic.
I'm not surprised they didn't do it for Falcon and Winter Soldier, because if you've seen Falcon's comic costume, like that would not really work in any sort of way in the show. But I'm interested to see if they bring that. But yeah, no, I really like the comic inspired stuff that they're trying to pay homage to. More Gator stuff, which I'm not reading. We get it. It's a Gator. Gonna watch Dodgeball soon. Opinions. Have not seen it. It's on my stack of Blu-rays that I have. But it looks fantastic. Nor have I, so I can't give an opinion. Nice. It's like an episode of Movie Drafts all over again. Gator. Not doing it. Gator. Nope. More Gator. Nope. Also, opinions on Game of Thrones or Invincible. I started both this year, season 3, but some of my favorite shows of all time. I haven't seen Invincible. I got into the first episode of Invincible, and not that I didn't like it. I just was like, it was the whole I need to finish Sons of Anarchy before I watch another show. So I'll get to it. Game of Thrones, I love everything about it except for one character assassination in the final season. And since you're only on season 4, I will not spoil it for you, but you will know what I'm talking about when you get there. Game of Thrones is one of my all-time favorite shows of like now ever. I watched it for the first time this year as well, Gavin. And like, boy, is that a wild ride to go through the first time. My advice to you is just, don't get too attached to anyone. Love the character, but or you know what, you'll just be on a wild ride. I can't even say that. I think he's been past some of those big ones already. So he's in season 4, so I think you're probably fine, but there's a couple. Also, just, accept that your opinion of certain characters is going to flip-flop a little bit. because I can't remember season. I binged it, so like there would be times when like I wasn't noticing until like the third episode of a new season that I like started a new season because I was just like next one. Invincible. Everyone who's seen it has told me it is great. I haven't been able to watch it yet. I really, really want to because I really like this. As much as I love the MCU, like I think it's great when people are not shying away from superhero stuff, but they're like, let's talk about this in a different kind of way than MCU instead of trying to make like a weak copycat of it. And I think like The Boys specifically is a really interesting commentary of that. And I think Invincible is supposed to be a little bit more on that like political, social impact of superheroes type spectrum. But I love that it's 2D animation as well.
Yeah. More Gator shit. Okay. My favorite episode of the MCU so far, gonna have to rewatch some Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes confirmed though. Yeah, I mean, I think I've only seen every MCU episode once. I think I saw a few of the Falcon and Winter Soldier ones twice with my mom, but most of the other ones I only saw. No, actually, I take that back. I saw a lot of WandaVision twice with my mom too, but the ones that I've watched on my own, I've only seen once. I will have to go back and confirm.
Yeah, I would just say I know in my heart that I like Loki the most just because of I feel like it fits with my other shows that I like most, and it's Loki, so obviously I like it. But I think that'll be something that like towards the end of this year, or if there's a lull in when we're getting like if there's a couple months before we get any more Marvel television, that's when I might do a true rewatch of everything and then have like a true like opinion on like each of them or like episodes together and whatever.
I think I need to watch like binge the entire seasons like back to I haven't done that yet.
You watch it week to week and then to go back I think and watch it all together as like a binge experience is like the way to do it.
I don't get the way people think Morbius is now officially dead being pruned and his prune didn't die. My guy's gonna get his jet ski. Yeah, we covered that. I mean, a lot of these are during the review, so we did cover that. Yeah, I don't think he's dead. I think the non-Lokis that get pruned just get reset to their timeline. That's the Lokis just go to that, and that the Lokis just go to that world. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't really know.
The only thing is, like to me, and just because I think this is a criticism that needs to be raised against Marvel in certain ways, then to me, if they're able to reset someone to their timeline that has potentially already been like destroyed.
I don't think that works though. I'm sorry if I have to interject here because when a variant gets pulled out, it's not like the character in that timeline goes away. So like someone in the last stream asked like, well, then where's Loki on this timeline? Doesn't it screw it up? No, Loki is still there. It's just not that Loki. They reset, like the TVA goes in, resets the timeline. And so it's just like it was in the regular MCU timeline, because when Loki watches the tape, he's still there in all of those events. So
I see what you're saying.
That's how it works. I think Loki's a variant. He goes off with the Tesseract. The TVA resets that, and then it's as if the Tesseract. Well, you know, that's weird though, because in an Endgame, it's technically. But but that is covered though, because he's like, no, the Avengers were supposed to go back in time. That was part of the sacred timeline. See, I'm confusing myself.
It's confusing. It's time with the time travel stuff. You almost just have to like accept it for what it is and not question it, because when you question it, you could have a valid argument at first, but then you like get confused. But my thing with that is, one, what Jack just said is like they've already reset the timeline, so there's no need to like put them back. But also like, so you're telling me it can make them disappear in the TVA, right? Potentially send them to a different place, and it can give them back potentially their memories. That is a little bit too OP of a like weapon. Yeah. And I'm not really here for that. So even though I see what you're saying, Aiden, and like to some extent I could see some of that being true, I don't want it to be like a magic fix all stick, you know?
So you're telling me Back to the Future was all bullshit? Ravonna and Sylvie are going to have a tense discussion in the next episode. Clearly she knows why she took Sylvie into the TVA. She was on the run her entire life because of it. So expect intensity. Oh yeah, I'm excited for that. I think they're going to play off each other really well. I think
Mhm.
that writing's going to be really well
I
done.
actually have a theory about this, so I don't know if we're doing dedicated theory or you want me to just go
Nah,
right
you
now.
can spew it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction, calling back to one of my favorite MCU movies that I think it's overlooked, Age of Ultron. There's a line in there where like they're talking about like threats and like superheroes level threats. And like when do you decide to step in and like eliminate that threat before it becomes a threat? Like the likelihood, what needs to be there. And like Banner is saying like I think it's Bruce that says this of essentially the whole world, and what Ultron ends up seeing is like anyone at any time could become that bad of a threat. So like we just have to eliminate them all. And so like my feeling, thinking of that's the context. What I'm thinking is that Ravonna has seen something. Clearly, she's got a little bit more information inside than the typical TVA agent. I think she knows that at some point Sylvie has the power to create a Nexus event that strong. And I personally feel like it is not even something she did as a child that was wrong or anything she was doing then, but this specific Nexus event that's been talked about now, that it's like a precautionary arrest. It's the potential that she has as a child, and to show that like how corrupt the TVA is, that they would rather like kidnap and like basically take a child away from everything in the world, make them a prisoner for all time, always, just because of the potential threat she may have to their sacred timeline. Because at this point, it's like, who does the sacred timeline serve? Clearly, it's serving Ravonna or whoever else, the powers that be, potentially Kang, anyone else. Like, it's not just for the good of the people.
Yeah, and it's kind of like and I know you hate this movie, you already said it's kind of like the Last Jedi effect, where it's like, Luke saw the darkness in Kylo, so he was like, I'm going to take that boy out. Now,
Exactly.
it didn't work, obviously, but it's to that vein. It's like, yeah, I'm going to take that guy out because I see the power. I don't want that to happen. I can see what's going to happen. So it's something like that. I like that. I do like that. I think that's legit. I don't think that's, yeah, love the theory. Loving the theories. I feel Sylvie's going to pull everything from her. Who the real timekeepers are, if there are any, how it started, everything. Yeah, I don't know though. I think Renslayer is a very hardened MFer. So I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Begs the question, who created the TVA then? I believe since it's Loki-centric, it wouldn't be shocked if Loki was its creator. I know Kang the Conqueror thing was possible, but I don't think so. See, I tend to disagree. I would flip that. I don't think it's Loki. Because then they would just let the Lokis go, but that's another thing. I think it's Kang. And I still think that the TVA is in the quantum realm. That's just me. I don't think anything in this dissuaded that theory. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think anything in this dissuaded that theory. So
I don't think anything's changed from last week with that. I definitely don't think it's Loki. It just doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me. But yeah, I don't think there's one big bad Loki that's like controlling everything.
And why would Sylvie, a Loki, want to go like? Why would Sylvie want to destroy the TVA if? Now I get the motives of taking her as a little girl, controlling her life, but why if it's a Loki would she want to destroy the TVA?
Yeah,
because she is also a Loki. Aiden's talking in the chat to them. I think. What do you think Sylvie's Nexus event was for Renslayer to have taken her out? We're clearly going to find episode 5, just ruin her childhood. Oh, well, we just talked about that. We think that it's not that she did something, it's that it's the potential that she will do something. Okay, Aiden's also talking in the chat. But there's obviously already a multiverse in Sony Loki variants. I don't know why they act like there's one timeline. We also talked about that in the review. I don't think that there is one timeline. I think that the multiverse is just there. They're just saying it isn't. I just don't believe that. There's definitely a multiverse. Makes me uncomfortable to think that the two would be together. It's kind of weird. I think it would have been better if they were more like siblings, could understand the other, but it's what it is. Yeah, it just...
The line is very thin and it is being towed very closely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all I can say at this point, just because I'm not on board with it. But
yeah. Hot take, referring to I'd take Sylvie over Mobius, which actually, okay, when I say that, I'm saying I feel like there's more potential for Sylvie's character. I want to see more from Sylvie's character. That's what I want. I flippin' love Mobius. I would take a bullet for that man. But I just think that I'd want to see more of her story. That's what I mean. Because yes, Mobius is also a favorite of the series for me. So y'all calm down, shit. I think where they were pruned ended up being the Loki conquered New York. I think it's a limbo effect that shows the reality where he beat the Avengers, showed the Avengers Tower. Yes, I did see that.
yeah,
A burned down or burnt to a crisp Avengers Tower. That's actually a good. That's a
great theory.
A great shout. All the Loki variants highlight stuff. The grid from the Sacred Timeline. All those Lokis tried and failed to take New York in some way, but they didn't. A bit out there maybe, but it's something I think since I watched the episode.
No, the coloring looks the same from the initial trailer of when, like, I know exactly the shot you're talking about. So I 100% am on board with that.
No, I am too. I saw that today. I saw like, oh, burnt down Avengers Tower. So, yeah. I wonder when a variant is pruned by a Minuteman guard, do they go to an apocalyptic pocket suited to their own timeline or Nexus event, like Loki when New York, or maybe Mobius in his past life? I don't know. I think we're gonna find out.
I'm interested to see.
Aiden's talking to chat as well. I don't know if he's talking to us or them, but Aiden's awesome. So no, not at all disappointed. I've always the feeling there's an odd situation with the timekeepers where there's something behind them. My mom sent me a text today, and I'll just cover that, which actually, no, it's fine. She's talking about Venmoing me for Black Widow tickets. Focus. The bottom one. Wizard of Oz, mic drop. She also predicted that. I had to give her credit because I FaceTimed her on the way home. She's like, you didn't give me credit. I got to give her credit too. Because she also said that. But yeah. And apparently Christian did too.
Okay.
Oh,
this is an argument that was had at about 2 p.m. Eastern time today. I am receiving texts about it currently, ignoring them a little bit. Basically, I will admit since I'm the only one that can be here to speak my side of things, I will at least give the audience the understanding that I very often do not have the best memory and can very often like spin things in my own mind to be more beneficial for the way I'm telling a story or something. It happens very subconsciously, unconsciously. So it's not something I do to be malicious or a trickster like Loki or anything like that. But I have been known to have a little bit of like revisionist history. So that's just the context. So today, when I end up being correct about a theory I had like spoken, the origin of the theory was called into question today with me and my lovely boyfriend. And he was under the impression. Now, also, Christian also had a little bit of this revisionist history thing. So fair playing grounds here, since I have to represent myself and be an objectionable party. Jack disappeared for some reason. But basically,
I'm giving you the floor.
And so, okay, thank you. So basically, he goes and tries to say that he came up with a theory, brought it up as an idea to me, like offhand. And then since I was the only one that like publicly spoke it online, that like now I'm able to take credit for it. And like all of you guys know and watch me and know that I said this for sure, episode 2. And so I'm trying to go through receipts because like obviously I make these videos to see how early on. Now I, in my own mind, if I'm on the court stand, hand on the Bible, the Bible app on my phone, hand on the Bible, right hand on the Bible, I pledge that the first time I saw it was when I rewatched the very first episode, and I see the wooden panels of all 3 timekeepers behind Ravonna Renslayer. I rewatched it before episode 2 came out, so this is the timing. It's within that week. And I solemnly swear that I believed at that point that there was some fraud afoot. Now, Christian believes that he was quicker to the uptake of this theory than yours truly was. I swear and believe it to be true that that is not true, that I was the one that came up with this theory. Now, I maybe should just be happy with the fact that publicly online I get to pitch this as my theory and publicly like take credit for this being my theory. But Christian wanted his words spoken, his day in court, so he had it. To me, honestly, I would award myself the credit of the theory. Again, I can't be judge, jury, and executioner here. Maybe that's a little unfair, but that is the argument that was had. It doesn't matter that much, and this is just a lame story, but this is what my day consisted of, was watching this episode, saying I was right, Christian saying he was the one that came up with it, and now he's coming for me, my YouTube career, my friends, and my collaboration. So yeah. So that's the theory, and I was the one that came up, and Christian will admit this, I believe, that I was the one that came up with the Wizard of Oz analogy of like, it's Oz behind the curtain, like this is all veiled in a lot of secrecy. So I came up with that part for sure, but the origins of the theory are questionable. This comment is a little aggressive, but yeah. Yeah, so this is, yeah, see, Christian is now saying he should have the YouTube channel, and I'm trying to explain to him that I think there's a little bit more that goes into it than just maybe coming up with a theory one time or claiming now that it's come to be past to be true, because this is something Christian will do also. If it had come to be that they were real, he would have said he never believed that theory. That's just who he is. But I know in my heart that I believed it very early on, and I would not lie to you guys. I just, he wanted this to be said. He brought this into the public light. So when we end up in the tabloids about our relationship being on the rocks, this is what it will be about. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This man. I'm embarrassed, guys. I'm embarrassed for him, not for me. Call an ambulance, but not for me. My Marvel background, first comic I bought was Spider-Man comics.
Welcome to the People's Court.
Okay.
Everyone knows. Listen, and I claim that the Avengers is the first MCU movie I watched. I don't even know if that's true. I could have seen more before it, but I don't want to be jumping on the bandwagon before I know it to be true. I just know I was there in theaters for that movie. I waited in line for it.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's
I'd like to request Judge Judy. She understands me and I think would be better suited to this case. Anyways, this is what happens in my life that is not happening on screen. And you know what? I just listen. My boyfriend is extremely supportive. He is my tech guy. I would not be here today with any of this stuff if it were not for him. Like 100% have to give him that credit. But when he starts coming for my theories, and no, I have seen Tobey Spider-Man. I have seen the first one. No, I did see it on TV. I'll admit, I haven't seen the other two. But is that MCU? Not yet. It's not. So, that is all I have to say. I decline further comment on the situation. As it is being it is currently being investigated, I feel it would be inappropriate at this time to comment further. Thank you. Again, I'm going to stick with what I said before, that I'm going to decline comment on this. I'm going to decline to comment. Okay, listen, guys, I'm going to, my PR people are telling me, what did you say? Yeah, they're telling me I shouldn't be answering these for myself. Please just stick to the facts and know what you know. Of course, this is the one time. Have you ever seen him this active in stream, Jack? Maybe he's a fake fan of us.
Yeah,
We're gonna be throwing slander around.
What's going on there?
But don't mess with me, people. I've seen The People versus O.J. Simpson. Okay?
Yeah,
I watched a trial of the Chicago 7.
Yeah,
I can defend myself.
Yeah, that does you good in court.
I am, yeah. Listen, Sasha Baron Cohen, my namesake, was in that movie, so I'm joking. He's not my.
Call an ambulance,
But not for me.
But not for me. Oh, where the heck are we? Okay, here we are. Favorite movie from a genre you don't normally like: The Invisible Man and horror. I hate horror, but I like
really
The
good
Invisible
answer.
Man.
I really like that movie. Mine would
Every
probably have to
other
be a
genre
horror
I'm kinda
movie.
cool with.
I really, really was surprised by how much I liked Midsummer.
I haven't seen it yet. And I know Florence Pugh Standboy, whatever, but
It's
I
okay.
hate horror and I hate gore. So I don't
The
watch
only
comedy.
thing I will say, excuse me, about Midsummer that I appreciated as a non-horror fan is the fact that you see all of the like normal horror crap coming for like a good and I mean like minutes before it happens. So you can like go to the bathroom, cover your eyes, like you've got the time to hide that stuff from yourself until the end. The end is kind of crazy, but it's more weird than it is scary. Like the scary stuff happens in the beginning, I would say. But
sorry, I just
you're good.
Last. Reagan picked us some movies, which is cool. Then we got into the whole People's Court case. Excuse me, Maddie's in here. What's good?
Hi, Maddie.
Yeah, that's kind of where we stand. People are just agreeing with Christian, so I'm sorry. Real quick, I'm just like.
I don't know if any of you guys watch Parks and Recreation, but there's a line that Ben and I don't know if Jack's frozen or he's just standing very still, but I'll talk for now. There's a line in Parks and Recreation that Ben and Leslie say that I love you and I like you. So I say that a lot. And I just texted Christian. I said, I love you, but I really don't like you right now for embarrassing me, for putting me to shame. Christian thinks he would be a very good lawyer or actor. So that's maybe how he's presenting himself to you all now. Jack's back.
Thanks, guys. I tried to pull up a gosh darn.
Oh no, he froze again. It's the tabs. Star Wars Episode 10, Attack of the Tabs. Return of the Tabs. Just any Star Wars title. Rise of the Tabs. I'm trying to scan through you guys. I can't click on y'all's comments, unfortunately. But yeah, hi to Maddie. And Aiden says, I need to watch Spider-Man 2. Listen, the only reason I haven't is I got into Marvel stuff 2012. At some point, I will reveal my Tumblr and make a video about it because I think that would be really funny. Because I don't really think... I've looked at it recently, and I have very strong reason to believe that I've not changed in any capacity since then, like pretty much at all. And so I got into Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Will forever have a special place in my heart. Tom Holland's my guy now. I love that he's in the MCU and it's all connected because I remember when that was a day. There were days when Spider-Man being in the MCU was just like hearsay on the internet or theory. And now we have it, but I will get around to it someday. And then Aiden is pointing me out for my deflection. Listen, I was very good at AP Lit. Not as good at defending myself and lying. This is why I tend to follow laws because I know it would be horrible in an actual court. That's why I'm not going to law school. We stand Florence, Maddie says. Absolutely. We stand Florence. If any of you guys haven't seen Little Women, I think that's my favorite performance of hers just because she plays the like really younger sister well, but also like as she matures into an older woman as well. You pay for the good internet, they say, is what Jack said. Okay, Marvel Studio. Well, okay, listen. I'm gonna take all the people's court comments because I feel like, listen, I've deeply exposed myself, and I need you all to know that I've made myself vulnerable to this extent because I love you all and I appreciate this community so much that I want you to know the real me. But the real me is a little bit of a snaky snake, like this necklace here. Okay, I love what I love in Marvel, and I am honest and open about the fact that the comics aren't really my forte, nor are all these other aspects. And so, yes, Marvel Studio. Well, when you say, how can I discuss Sam Raimi, Doctor Strange, if I haven't seen Spider-Man? I only do that because I follow what's called industry trade papers, which are like Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, Entertainment Weekly, all of these like journalist publications about the entertainment industry. So like I'm aware of the tone of these directors, the things they do, all this kind of stuff. I know that Sam Raimi was the director of the original Spider-Man trilogy. And so that is where, what am I trying to say? That is where I feel like I can discuss these things. But listen, this is, you know, if you watch the movie draft series, I've not done the math. Again, not my forte, but probably, okay, Christian's bringing up more accusations. I don't want to not answer that, the Spider-Man thing. The Spider-Man thing this is the honest truth. I saw the first one on TV with commercials. I saw the ending of it. Yes, I saw the ending of it. I didn't see the full beginning, but I saw, you know, Willem Dafoe as a Green Goblin and all, like, I get it. Okay, I get it. Jack has a great fire tweet, so go check out his Twitter. I'm really happy around these comments. And X-Men. So the X-Men. So I've seen all the... Okay. Let's pull up the X-Men movies here. I have a little bit stronger Wi-Fi than Jack, so I think I can do this. X-Men movies. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to expose all of my flaws for you all today here, so we don't have to speak of them. I have seen 2000 X-Men. I've seen 2003 X2. I've seen X-Men The Last Stand. I have not seen X-Men Origins. I saw X-Men First Class. I saw not the Wolverine. I saw Logan. I saw a few Days of Future Past. I've seen Deadpool, which technically counts, and Deadpool 2. And I've not seen New Mutants and Dark Phoenix. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jack is back, everyone. 6, 7, 8. 8 of the X-Men movies if you include both Deadpools. So that is where I rest my case. Listen, again, this is not technically MCU. It is Marvel in association with Marvel. It is Fox. It is, and Christian giving me, okay, fine. If we want to get really specific here, sorry, I'm defending myself tonight, apparently. I like the Avengers. Sue me. The Avengers that are in the movies and the TV shows. That is what I like. That is my bread and butter. Not claiming that I've seen it all. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Christian, sit down. Be humble. To quote Kendrick Lamar, be humble.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Here we are.
Oh, no.
I'm on my laptop. Here we are. Yeah, my fired tweet, which didn't even send, just broke my Wi-Fi. So here we are.
Tragic.
I did just tweet it off my phone, though, because I was really, really proud of it. So let me just give me a sec. Hopefully my laptop won't break my Wi-Fi. Well, damn, I can't because, okay, you know what?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
It's just, yeah, it's just bad times right now. It's definitely my Ethernet cord. That's what I have determined it to be.
It's okay.
Hardware with Jack. We're gonna come down here, and we're gonna unplug that Ethernet. We're gonna unplug that Ethernet cable. Then we're gonna plug it back in. Oh yeah, there we go.
Jack's
now, in
fired
theory,
tweet.
that should work, but you know
Can see it.
we're not going to.
Ooh, hold on. We're gonna get this. Hold on.
It's really fire. I can do it. Let me do it.
It says, "Someone sign me up as the next." Okay, this is. I just look stupid.
I got it.
Can you all
There we
read
go.
that? Someone sign me up as the next judge of the People's Court because a custody suit is going on in my stream right now.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep. And now I'm on my laptop because I burnt out my router, which wouldn't make any sense because I wouldn't be able to get on my laptop if I did. I saw, nope, not that one. We're done with that for now.
And Reagan, I just saw your, yes,
yeah,
I
I'm
did
going to
see.
pull it up. Let me find it.
Okay.
There it is.
This is so exciting. That is so cool. I still can't believe your school is doing this as the musical. That's so cool.
It's pretty lit. Okay. What are we doing here? I'm going to just try to, I'm going to try to get past all the slander on Sasha. We'll just move past that.
Listen, this is what Christian may not have is the thick skin to deal with this live on air. You know what, Christian? I've been asking you if you want to be on my channel, and I seem to keep getting a no answer. So if you really think that you have what it takes to spit the fire that you can spit in the chat on recording, you know where I am.
Have you tried restarting the computer? Well, you know what, Mr. Generic Tech Guy? No, I have not. So we're going to do that right now. But you know, the problem with this very nice computer that I got, the problem, it takes 15 years to boot up. I need to upgrade the RAM. Originally, I was going to, that was going to be my first big purchase, was upgrade the RAM on my computer. But I was like, nah, audio is more important. So I bought the mic. So that's going to be a few more months till I get to upgrade the RAM. So every time I try on this computer, I log in and then I have to wait 75 hours before I'm able to use it.
That is
Did you put it in rice? Yes, I put this in rice. Yep, I did. Thanks for that one.
That's a lot of rice.
Maddie said she'll be on your channel.
I know. Maddie, come on.
Get her in on a movie draft. Let's do it.
I know. I need to. Maddie, seriously. We'll set it up.
Yeah. We know the guy. I'm the guy. Gotta get an SSD. I have an SSD. Doesn't deal with the computer. That's the computer's speed is RAM. Sorry. I had a tech guy. I had a generic tech guy tell me that. All right, let's turn it back on. Boop. Start the clock.
It's 11:40 for everyone, my time. I don't know what time it is, Jack's time.
Oh, yeah. 10:40. You do the math, you do -1 hour because you're Eastern, I'm Central. Yeah, and I got to make the graphic for the draft tomorrow.
Ooh.
Sounds easier.
It's going to be a good one.
Sounds easier.
From what I hear, guys, you're going to want to subscribe. I think everyone here is pretty much subscribed, though, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if
everyone that's still here. That's still here is subscribed, which we reached another milestone yesterday. All right. Just logged in. Start the clock. Yesterday we hit 710. Now we're at 711. So I feel like going and getting some 712. Look at that. Live.
Dang.
And by the way, stop. Can you still hear me all?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, for the let me get in here real quick. For the 417 of you that watched my Pixar ranking, y'all the real ones. Wait. 713. What are we doing?
We're growing, baby. We're growing on this stream tonight.
Doing it literally right now. Did someone start a clock on this
Fanatic Films to the moon? To the moon. Isn't that what they're saying about all the like?
This is my Doge moment right now. This is my Doge moment.
To
this
the
is
moon.
my Doge moment. I'm gonna spike, and I'm gonna go all the way back down. I loved the ranking. Oh my god, it's going up. Yep, to the moon, baby, to the moon. I'm glad Chris getting a lot of subs. Yeah, I'm happy for Chris. He's doing some cool stuff. Now let's get Fanatic Films more subs because all my friends are at 1,000 and I'm only at a mere 700. So, well, no, me and Jennifer. Jennifer and I both need to get there because she just passed 700 a few weeks ago too.
Jennifer had the coolest idea for a stream today. It's the only person I've seen do it. She did the
I was
Shining.
gonna watch, but
I hopped on there while I was like rough editing because when I edit my videos, I cut out all the like pauses first, and that just like shortens it down a lot. So I did that while I was on her stream. She just had, I don't know, she's been inspiring me because I need to take. She did that whole like 24-hour watching like as many movies as she could. I want to do that especially because right now, well, now that it's July, as of literally like 20 minutes from now, I am again behind. I was really close to catching up to 100 movies where I needed to be at 50 for midpoint of the year.
You'll be fine.
Now I'm behind. So but I feel like one day of that, if you're talking, most movies are 2 or 3 hours max. It's a lot of movies you can get in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Reagan, go to bed. God. I'm going to throw you out the window.
Go. Have a great time.
He's a golfer. Go to bed. You don't need to stay. You're giving me enough watch time. I appreciate it, though. But go to bed. Go to bed. Keep showing the sub count. I would if it kept going up. That was a freak thing that just happened. It doesn't go up that fast, I'll tell you that much. Oh, Reagan, really liked your last movie haul. Can't comment on the video, but I wanted to let you know. Oh yeah, Reagan has his comments off, which is fine. I mean, that's a great way to go about it. Just keep your comments off.
Absolutely.
17 minutes till June goes by. I still have an hour and 17 minutes, but fine. Good luck, says Aiden.
Yeah, good luck on the golf. I have heard
1 of 713 and counting. Well, hey, we all start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Like I said, the countdown is on. We are less than 5 days away from 7-year anniversary, baby. Woo.
That's so exciting.
Should do a big birthday bash live stream or something. No, I'm good to do that. That's a Sunday, and I gotta
stream until I hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I'd be here for 3 years.
Ludwig or something.
I'd be here for 3 years. Don't have comments on because of safety. Makes sense. Totally get that.
That's smart.
Like, I wasn't allowed to show my face for the first year. My parents wouldn't let me.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to have any social media till I was 18.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Turned 18, signed up for Tinder. All right, let's see. See if my computer.
How's the computer doing?
We're about to see. Did someone put on a stopwatch, please?
It was 11:40 when you turn the whole thing back on.
Okay.
So it's been 4 or 5 minutes now.
Give me a sec.
There's a Jack variant in the stream tonight, guys.
Where's the TVA?
Oh, can't hear you, Jack. Check your audio. Okay. Give him his times, folks. Give him his times.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
I didn't know that auto turned off whenever I turned off my computer. Because it's fancy now. I got a whole thing down here I got to turn on and off, and I didn't know that did that. The Phoenix Suns are about to go to the NBA Finals. Let's go, baby! Give it to me. Hometown team taking it.
That's exciting.
There's 22 seconds left, and they're up by They're up 130 to 103. That's not happening. That's lit, though. I'm so happy for that. Actors we stand and actors we don't. Florence Pugh.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna have okay right now, and Maddie I think knows this. Dylan O'Brien is number 1 on the stand list. I mean, he's been there for a while, but like he's been on the list for a long time. But right now, I'm watching Teen Wolf, and it's a very indulgent show, and I really like it. And so he's top of the stand list, 100%. Yeah, Maddie, he's always been. He's always been. Non-stan list though, or other people I like stan. I mean, Haley Steinfeld, obviously. Haley Steinfeld, obviously, she's there for me. Jack, is that a groan of disagreement?
That's a
Tell us. Oh, it's an agreement. Okay. And then
real quick, if you haven't, go sub to Reagan. He's 1 sub away from 80. Just go do it.
Let's go. Get Reagan to 80. Come on.
Do it now. And you're thinking too small, Reagan. The big hundo is right there. When did you start? Tell me when you started.
Yeah, how long have you been doing
YouTube, and then I'll tell you
Reagan?
how long it took me to get to 100 subscribers. So tell me when you started. I stand Florence as well. If you don't at this point, you're a stiff. So Jack, it's getting weird. You're weird. I'm allowed to.
We're allowed to stand whoever we want. Oh, Adam Driver is on that list for sure. In fact, okay, wait. That was a totally unintentional segue to this, but look at what I found. Someone had guys. I'm gonna confess a crime. Since we're in court tonight, I'm gonna confess a crime. I did not steal this. I paid full $8.99 plus tax for it. That is not the crime I'm gonna commit. I committed. But have you ever been in a store and you found something, but you didn't buy it?
Yeah.
And you hid it. So that you could come back. So at my Funko Pop, first of all, I don't know what Andy Bernard ever did to anyone in his fat suit. Yay! Let's go, Reagan. Let's go.
All right, now road to a hundo.
I don't know.
And let me know. Sorry, Sasha. Let me know Let me know how long you've been doing YouTube, because then I'll put it into perspective how long it took me to get 100. It took Sasha 2 days.
Oh no! It took a month. It took a month, and then I didn't grow at all until March of this year. So you put it however way you want to put it. A month, a week, 2 days, whatever. Anyways, so there's about 1 million Andy Bernards in a sumo suit Funko Pops at pretty much any Target, but specifically this Target I went to. And underneath a couple, I was like picking them up because I'm like looking. I see this, and I wanted to pre-order it like earlier this year. Like I saw it, and I was like, I have to have that. So I just found it today. So if anyone ever was hiding that, I apologize to them for taking it. But I
never feel any shame for that.
You left it. You didn't take the opportunity.
That's
it's $9 too. Like you didn't have $10 in your pocket.
And it wasn't like it wasn't like an expensive one. Some of them are expensive, so I can understand. But like that's a common. That's a common. So yeah.
So that's my segue for Adam. Is there anyone that I like don't stan? Is that supposed to be in like someone you'd expect us to stan?
I stan Adam Driver all the time.
I'm trying to think for non-stans. Is it someone like we actively don't like we are a fan of hating them kind of thing, or a fan of disliking them, or is it more like someone you would expect you to like and then you don't? Maddie, clarify.
Sure. I don't like bad people.
Wow. You're with someone for 5 years and they just spew all your secrets online. They really do that to you.
Is this
ladies,
true?
Gents?
Is this true?
This has not been true since I watched Great Gatsby, but I do not. Okay, I think Leonardo DiCaprio is a very capable actor. I think he's extremely overhyped. I believe that wholeheartedly. I will die on that hill. And I don't necessarily like him as an individual. I like his acting. I don't necessarily like him as an individual. Guys, I think I just lost Leonardo DiCaprio is who we're speaking of. I think I lost my job. So if this is the last time I'm seeing everyone, bye. I'm gonna miss you.
Chris, are you here?
I just got fired.
No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking about that, but no, it's fine. We can all have our opinions.
Listen.
But have you like seen The Wolf of Wall Street? But
no, this is what I want to clarify here and now, since I'm being called out. I think he is a fantastic actor. I do not think my chief criticism is he's not that good in Titanic. I don't like that movie.
Like the environment?
It's more so I feel like obviously I don't want the world to set on fire and burn. I just don't like the fact that Leonardo DiCaprio can go anywhere in his private jet, but tells other people how to live. So that's a little bit more of like my vibes with that.
I get it.
You know what I mean? And then him as an actor is, so I really hate Titanic. I really, really hate that movie.
I think it's overrated.
Absolutely. And then Leo should not have won for The Revenant. That is my belief.
That was his pity Oscar.
Exactly. And that's what pisses me off. It's the first time.
Now, he should have won for other performances.
So that is what I was going to say. I'd like Leonardo. Someone's going to clip this. It will be me. I will download this whole 2.5 hour stream and I will clip it just for this.
I'll clip it. I already am. I'm already.
I will comment and put the timestamp in. Sasha Raquel on YouTube.
Wait.
Hold on, hand on my Bible. I believe that Leonardo DiCaprio is a good actor. However, I am not his biggest fan. And I also think there are many movies, specifically the one he won an Oscar for, and The Revenant, and the one that he is most overhyped in is Titanic. There are plenty of roles where he was fantastic in. In fact, I believe he should have won an Oscar if anyone was going to. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it should have been him and not Brad Pitt. That is my belief. However, yes, it is true. The movie that changed my opinion and made me not silently hate him as an actor was The Great Gatsby. Now, I watched that before Wolf of Wall Street, and I think he's great in The Wolf of Wall Street. His Oscar was overdue, but I really liked the jokes on Tumblr about him running after the Oscar and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really funny, and I did not like it because the year he won, who did he lose to? Leonardo DiCaprio Oscar.
Is this true?
Is what true?
Is this true?
Christian, you're not getting anything for our anniversary this year.
This true?
You're not getting a dinner or anything.
Is this true? We need the answer now.
I think Interception. Okay, I cannot speak. I think Inception is one of the most overhyped movies of all time. If anyone would like to hire me for their local store, family mom and pop shop, that's the only way I'm gonna get a job from this point forward. So I would really appreciate if you guys could help me out with that, because okay, hold on, I'm still trying to look up listen guys, please don't unsubscribe from me, please don't. Listen, I think the ending is good. I just think it's it's not my favorite Nolan movie. Again, my personal bias is coming in. I like the fact that he's trying to get back to his kids. I just think it's not that compelling for me personally. And I don't really get why it matters if it's a dream or not, because he's happy. So
I don't know why
for people
so small right now, but okay.
For people to tell me for years that that's the best movie, like I'm gonna be disappointed. Like I'm going to be. No matter what the movie would have been, I would have been a little disappointed. And yeah, okay. Listen. So like, yeah. So that's my take. Listen, nobody's perfect, and I shouldn't be able to get on Leonardo DiCaprio's case. Another thing, if I was gonna, give a little bit more credence, my dad's not a fan of Leo, and so like we kind of have a running joke in our family, and like that was passed down to me. I inherited that gene of not being his favorite. Another thing in my belt, my pack against him, Michael Fassbender, which you guys haven't seen my favorite movies video because I've been declining to make it, but I just made it this week and it's going to be going up very soon. The year that they gave Leonardo DiCaprio his pity Oscar starred Bryan Cranston as Trumbo, Eddie Raymond in the Danish Girl, which I know is a little bit controversial, Matt Damon in The Martian, and my personal favorite, Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs in the Danny Boyle, Aaron Sorkin movie. And then my last thing in my notch against him is for everyone's criticism, and I'm not even really a Taylor Swift fan, but in everyone's criticism of how many men Taylor Swift dates, and I usually don't get into this kind of drama. If she gets that much crap and Leo doesn't, I think there's like y'all aren't really like logically using your brains, because Leonardo DiCaprio is like kind of older now, and he dates some girls that are younger than me, and I am 21, almost 22. And Inception, I just think it was overhyped my entire life. I've only watched it once, so if I watch it again, maybe my opinion will change. It's not like it's my least favorite movie of all time. I'm not a Nolan fanboy the same way everyone else is. I'm sorry to everyone, but mostly sorry to Jack that this all had to come out here now. Yes.
I'm not mad.
Just disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You know where Inception falls on my favorite list of all time, right?
Yeah.
It's at number 3.
Yeah.
It's part of my 100-point club. I'm not mad at you. I'm more just trying, guys, gentlemen that are in the room right now. What you just witnessed is the book, and I'm going to write this book, publish it, and it's going to go out in Barnes & Noble, of how not to treat your lady.
For anyone worried, Christian and I have been together for almost 5 years, so at this point, this is just what I have to put up with.
I don't know. This seems like a pretty fireable offense.
This is, you know what, though? This is not even the half of it. I cannot believe I am defending him here tonight in this behavior. There may be, this is a hand slap offense. There are worse problems.
I don't know. Inception, that's, yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I gotta go make a graphic for movie drafts. And
Jack, you know how you don't
tomorrow.
how you don't like the ending of Game of Thrones because of a character assassination?
It's one character assassination, that's it.
My character assassination happened tonight in this stream. And it has happened in the last,
we have witnessed the ultimate character assassination of all character assassination. Tonight,
truly,
in this stream, we have witnessed the character assassination of all. I'm trying to do JFK. It's not working. Which I now live in the city where he, God rest his soul. You end on a downer like that. Well, Sasha, I'm gonna need to see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Please bring your playbook. If you know that reference, then you work for Chat Sports. But that is I'm not. That's a Chat Sports secret. No, but it's been a pleasure as always.
As always, Jack, I'm glad to be here. Listen, this was fun. I'm glad Christian got his kicks. And
he's in trouble now.
you know what? We'll see how things pan out for him. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Cross that bridge when we come to it. For the time zone, welcome to July. Welcome to July, Sasha. It is still 11 p.m. here. Welcome to July.
Thank you, guys. I made it.
It's like the 4th of July. Well, halfway through.
I survived. Guys, you know what? If this is... I'm getting sleepy and delusional now. This is proof. I've made it out to the other side. There's always light on the other side of the tunnel.
2021 hasn't been that bad.
Making it to July.
Well, you know
right
what?
now.
You know what? After 2020, there ain't. Well, you know what? I'm not going to bring that out into the universe. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, but for real though, guys, that's it. We're Sasha's going to bed or to yell at Christian. I'm going to make a graphic and then go to bed because I, still have work tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Fun stuff.
Thank you
coming
all
up.
for being here.
What do I have? Sasha, what do you have coming up? Let the good people at home know. What videos are coming? What should we be excited for?
Okay, we'll start with me and my channel just because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone else. Some people haven't announced the things that I'm going to be on.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
So I've got a couple things on Jack's channel, so stay tuned. For me, I couldn't get my act together before yesterday to post it when I wanted to, but tomorrow, the second part of movies I've missed, which is going to sound like I've only got like 20 movies down. But I've watched a lot more, so I just filmed that a long time ago and I've been saving that as like my backup video. So that is coming out tomorrow. Friday we'll have my High School Musical review as always. And then I will also have my favorite movies, just because I know Jack said about 2 movies in a day, but I know a majority of my subscribers who, a lot of them, like even mutual friends like Jack, don't necessarily watch the High School Musical reviews because they don't watch the show. So I'm going to be releasing that favorite movie video in the end. Plus, it's literally been a month since I hit 1,000 subscribers and I said I was going to make it.
It's going to be a good one.
I need to put that out. And then, hold on, I literally have... Oh, and then I have my High School Musical stream Sunday. And I have some other stuff coming on the weekend. I'm just not sure the order of it yet. So that was, my movies I've missed, part 2 tomorrow, favorite movies in High School Musical Friday, stream Sunday, 4th of July. It'll probably be a quick one because it's the 4th of July, but I don't know what my plans are for the day.
Nice. Me, what am I doing tomorrow? Double digits, baby. Movie drafts, the Fast and Furious franchise. We got some good guests on that one. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, June Blu-ray haul. Yep, that's coming. Saturday, sorry, I'm looking at 2 different lists. Saturday, review of the Tomorrow War. That's coming. Excited for that. 4th of July, 7-year anniversary vid, which I still have to film. Loki spoilers from this stream will be on Monday. The Forever Purge review will be on Tuesday. Loki live stream next Wednesday. Let's hop ahead. Next Friday is my Black Widow spoiler review. So we're actually going to get into spoilers about Black Widow. Next Saturday will be my MCU ranking the MCU with Black Widow. And that's kind of where we are for now. And then movie drafts in the future. I'm going to announce this now because I'm excited because we just nailed it down and we're literally filming it tomorrow. Movie draft after this one, episode 11. We're doing the MCU. To announce for Black Widow, we're doing the MCU. Sasha's here. She's doing it.
I'm back, making my return. Chris
will be back. And Cam, Chris's girlfriend, will be on as the guest. So basically, here's the storyline I'm going to make up. It's like WWE. They both left. I finally took the crown. The 2 original winners are coming back to try to take me down. Even though I may lose the Fast and Furious one, so that won't sound as cool. But for now, the 2 old champs are coming to take the new blood. And then we'll have a draft. We already have the next draft after that scheduled as well, which we're filming next Tuesday. But that one's not going to come out until the end of the month because now we only do 2 a month. But that one's going to be fun, and Sasha will also be on that one. 2 in a row.
I will. I'm excited. I'm stoked, guys.
And some other guests, which I will not announce now. That'll be for down the road. They're two new guests. Not anyone that we've had before, which is going to be exciting. But guys, that's it. I got to go make a graphic. I told myself I wouldn't wait till the night before, but I totally did it again. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, everyone.
And we'll see you next week.